Alright, welcome back to another episode of Art Time, where today we are going to be, well, I forgot to zoom out while I was adjusting this stuff over here. We're going to be, hopefully, maybe, probably not, finishing up this here drawing of the Nova Guardian main characters, i.e. Vanessa's squad. And, yeah, right now we're just going to shade and texture, and then we'll see what happens after that. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. I try to get a little bit of paint maze done with off camera, adjusting the menu transfers and all that stuff. I couldn't get the start menu, but at least I got the main menu adjusted. Hopefully, it's a hell of a lot better than it was before. And now the cat's eating with her paws. Of course. This cat's literally trying to evolve. But you've got no reason to evolve, cat. Unless you can stop dropping food on the floor, you have no reason to evolve. Well, then again, that would be a reason to evolve, to stop dropping food on the floor so you don't waste all your food. Right, cat? Oh, now she just reverted back to eating it normally. I don't get this cat sometimes, I swear. Anyways, I got some of that done with. At least, it's basically just the same thing that I did before, but only this time it's done better as it was before. Like, it was a weird toggle system that I had in place. Now it's a proper toggle system that doesn't, need the player to go through it a couple of times for it to, toggle. Instead, it just toggles things in different areas. I'll have to do the same thing to the start menu. I didn't have enough time today because of a lot of inconveniences. So, I probably could have gotten that finished, but I guess we won't worry about it right now. No, right now we're going to worry about this. Try to get this done with as fast as we possibly can. Within reason, of course. You don't want to go too fast where everything is, all over the place. And the quality is dropped. But go fast enough to where that's basically our normal speed. And we're going through this without any distractions whatsoever. That's what I want to try to do. So just like what I did with the Elementals Reborn characters, which I don't recall if I did an episode of that. I think I did. It wasn't that long ago, and yet I can't recall. Weirdly enough. This is basically just a character reference sheet. Reference drawing, essentially. Allowing for me to be able to get the details and all the things their outfits have, so it's easier for me to draw them in each and every episode. Why am I doing this 8 episodes in? Who knows? And because I just didn't really have the presence of mind to do that, and I just go cycle through several different episode drawings, and everything is just all out of whack. Hopefully with this now, that won't be the case, and everything goes back to the norm. Which is fine. Just little bits of, interesting, unique discrepancies that will not really dictate what the characters will look like in those particular instances. But it's more so just, hey, that happened, didn't it? And it did happen. But now we're just going to try to keep things consistent, both with Elementals Reborn and Nova Guardians. Heavenly Deadland, I'm not too sure, because that entire series consists mostly of a whole bunch of people. A whole bunch. Maybe not like that whole bunch, but there's still going to be a lot of characters, and there's no, set group. Which I guess Nova Guardian's also in the same boat, kind of, technically, with all the characters that we have so far in it. Over, 40 characters. Unique characters. Including some aliens and some not. Like the Slime Tongue, but not that one Oxa guy, or whatever the hell he was, the one with the gas and whatnot. Nope, he's not included. He's just a one-off villain. But, this one has more of a consistent... Well, I guess technically it's 5 because of Vanessa, but, it's... I don't know. These 4 here, they are the main characters of the series. Which is funny to think that they're the main characters, despite the fact that they were not even in the first episode. It's like most of it is, Vanessa, Kiahana, and even Nurse Arya's little series, but they're not the main character. Yes, they're the first ones introduced into the series, but they are not the main characters. They are, at least Vanessa, she is the main character's commander, so she does have high importance. She does have that main character feel. But it's these four that take the entirety of the main character role. Now, I've been looking through these characters that I've created, and while there are some similarities between Elementals Reborn, there is also enough differences for them to be their own characters, both appearance-wise and personality-wise. Although, some of it is a stretch, in all honesty. But there are those that make the most sense when you think about it the most. For instance, Tina and Ariella both are raunchy and, of course, sassy. Both are lewd. Although Ariella's lewdness mostly comes from, actual attraction. Actually wanting to get in the pants of some of the main characters that she follows. Gwyneth, Domador, and even Ganthru if he wasn't so stuck up and stern. But Tina, well, she's a teenager, of course. Unlike Ariella, who's 21, and Tina, who's 15, she mostly plays it for jokes and to make the entire group uncomfortable. If you've seen the 8th episode, you know that she's not entirely like that when she's into somebody. And it's pretty sad to think that she's into somebody who's way out of her league and also way out of her age range. And the fact that he already has a wife and is hinted 2 times. But you can't really, see that fully unless you think, wait, W? Wait, her? I wonder who he's talking about. Use your brain, bro. It's a wife. He's got a wife already. We're crushing this teenage girl's dream. Which is not really a dream. It's more like an, sudden attraction towards somebody. But yes, she does not have that same, interests as Ariella does. But she does, at the very least, share the personality almost. Not fully. Not entirely. And apparently also she has completely... you see the parents' difference here? We don't know too much about Tina's parents, but we've seen Ariella's parents. And let's just say that Ariella has the long end of the stick, while poor Tina over here has got the short end. All the hints that we've seen so far. I'm not going to say too much about it just yet, but just know that there are hints, and that Ariella has a much better parental figures than Tina does so far. I'm not going to say too much about that outside of just that. Besides, I think you kind of already got the gist of what's going on with that one guy at the end of episode 8, if you know what I mean. And, of course, we don't know if she has any siblings, so Ariella's got her beat there as well. But also, Ariella doesn't exactly have too much of a, tragic backstory, at the very least a hidden tragic backstory. Where you can tell that Tina's got some issues, but you just don't know what it is yet. And those that do, good job. You pay attention to subtle or not subtle clues. It's not really, I try to make it not subtle, but not very obvious. But yeah, it's just certain little hints and bombs dropped. You can even tell by her pose here, as opposed to Ariella, who's trying to be all cutesy and hot. Tina's over here trying to be badass. Badass. Punk. Yes, sirree. So they do have some similarities, but there are vast differences between them, but the only similarities they share is their personality. alongside their speaking role. I gotta try to get some of these characters more speaking roles, especially Domodora. Don't worry, I got something planned for Domodora in the 8th episode that's going to be coming out next month. For those that are a fan of Domodora, don't worry, he's got some speaking roles, full-on speaking roles. He's going to show his stuff, and not that kind of stuff. Then, of course, there's Ganthru and Shikama, and these two share semi-similar personalities, but the most notable, similarities they both have is that they are complex as hell to draw. Granted, Ganthru was way more complex once before I simplified his design, which obviously, let's be honest with ourselves here, that was a necessary thing that we needed to do with Ganthru. And Shikama, he doesn't exactly have a complex design that we had reduced, but I did still reduce it anyways, primarily to make it easier for me to work with the color scheme that I've got going on. I removed the thing around that, so that's just one consistent thing. And, see, I feel like I should just get rid of this and just have it normal. I'll see what I plan on doing. And then there's this black cloth part here that I just decided to get rid of. In all actuality, both of them do have some complexities to them. They're a pain in the ass to draw, both of them. Both are somewhat stern, but Ganthru has more comedic moments than Shikama does, and Shikama's around there sneaking around and looking over things. While Ganthru is more of a, straightforward, honest person. At the very least, for the time being, there's not too much I can really connect with them outside of complex design and somewhat serious personas. Or personalities, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But, all things considered, these two are the most pain-in-the-ass ones to draw in their respective series. Not to say that these guys are simplistic, they're also semi-complex, but Shikama feels way more complex for some reason. Now, the other two are, I guess, somewhat of a stretch, so to speak, personality-wise, really. Both John and Gwyneth are optimistic. Thing is, that's really the only thing I can connect with those two, is their optimism. John seems to care for his brother Mikey. Well, we don't know too much about Gwyneth's sister, but we can tell from the 5th episode that she was somewhat relieved that her sister wasn't there. I believe I placed that in. I got to remind myself. But yeah, if I did place that in, which I'm pretty sure I did, there is some sibling there, but the difference is the sibling, they're not the same. I feel like there's just some similarities that would be going to be coming up at some point that I can't exactly say just yet without spoiling certain things. That's more so just to talk about Gwyneth and her sister, because we haven't gotten to that yet. Not that I think we're going to actually touch up on that on the first season. I don't think there's a reason to. I'm not sure exactly. I have some idea on what I want to do for most of the episodes. Matter of fact, I think I might have an idea on all the episodes. At the very least, all of them arc-wise. And which ones need to be what. Hard to say, really, actually. Dablet. But all things considered, I'd say we got ourselves at least only one similarities between two. I guess both of them kind of stick to the back. But Gwyneth is more of the main character, while It's hard to say which one's really the main character of this group, because almost all of them kind of have like their own purpose. And all of them were introduced in the same episode too, unlike Elementals Reborn, where they were all introduced one episode after another, with a little hint at their character reveals at the end. The character reveal doesn't really do anything for like first-time readers, but for those who have like been sticking around since the beginning and been watching all of the drawings that I've done of the characters before the series started, you will know that right there, we're slowly building up to the characters, and you're like, ooh, that's who's next. And those who pay attention to when the characters were first made can understand when the characters get like, introduced in the order that they need to be introduced in. Technically speaking, Tina's more of the main character here, but she was introduced last. Technically. The other three were introduced in like a room in bulk. I don't remember who spoke, but I think it was either Yasashi or John. It was either those two. And then there was Shikama, who spoke up in the third. Which is strange because in the speaking roles I seem to be staying consistent with. There's like two people who talk the most, Tina and John, and then Gwyneth and Ariella. And then there's one that talks on occasions, but not all the time, Genthru and Shikama, and one that barely talks at all. With Yashashi it makes sense, but Damadora is more outgoing and, open. That's why I want to try to get more scenes with Damadora. I feel like it's very difficult to try to get like any other dynamics if it's just like those four. So that means that we mostly get Gwyneth, Ariella, and Genthru speaking. I gotta get more speaking roles for Damadora. Well, Yasashi, I guess her quiet shtick kind of works perfectly. She's not exactly the main character, but she is one of the main characters. With Nova Guardians, it's hard to say because the main character doesn't get introduced until the second episode. But again, can you consider them to be the main characters if Vanessa is technically their commanders, being the main character herself? Hard to say, really, but they have taken most of the role here. I would say with Nova Guardians is a little bit more tricky and confusing. Because these guys were never a thing in the first instance when I was drawing this, which involved Vanessa getting violently tongued in the naval area, of course. Not in the area you think. No, not that. And the second drawing, of course, being Vanessa warning Commander Garter about the S-rank threat while in pain. Then the third one is Nurse Aria. Literally, there was only 3 drawings of this particular series at that time. Now, we've got ourselves an actual series. An actual good cast of main characters. Not to say that Vanessa is going to be ignored, but she's not the main character, or at the very least, she's not the main important character. God damn it, why can't you just freaking... Alright, let me try to do this then. Does that work? Weird combination. This is the issue with this one particular style of mine. I can't exactly just combine this with these. Unless there's a button I can press that allows me to essentially... Well, I don't know why I'm doing that. That's keeping it stick. Unless Alt? No, Alt is that. What is Control? Control is that. Alt is the dodge. Why I've used Alt so much, and yet I forgot that I have been using Alt, and it's not just some other button that I've been pressing. Muscle memory made me forget my normal memory. Isn't that strange? How your muscle memory is, able to know what button you're pressing, but your actual memory is like, wait, what? It was Alt this whole time? Wait, hold on. I don't think I have always happy. New TV. If you haven't noticed, I got a new TV. Doesn't have Mammal Planet though, so the cat don't get to watch Mammal Planet, but it's still got Cartoon Network, so I can still watch Toonami, thankfully. Anyways, yeah. I gotta try to adjust these characters' speaking roles a little bit more. It's not gonna mean that doesn't mean that Tina and John isn't going to lose their speaking role. It just means that I should try to get Yasashi to speak a little bit more. But I don't know. I was kind of in character with her. Just Domador really is the only one that shouldn't not be speaking a whole bunch. Which sucks. Want to get him to speak more. I try to get him a little bit more quips, but he hasn't had like any major speaking role this episode. He just got jobbed. I kind of feel sorry for him. I mean, everybody got jobbed here, even the guys that they were meant to protect. But you know, that's what the dark mage is there for. You know, just humbling. They did pretty well taking down most creatures and bandit leader guy. So it only makes sense that they would get humbled. And in the same episode that these four got humbled as well. I feel like something here is slightly off. I just can't tell. Is that too wide? It might be it could be a multitude of things that I'm not aware of. Could be this. I mean, there's an easy way to fix this. Albeit a pain in the ass to do. If I move this over here, or over here, like so. Then I just go into here. Yeesh. Alright, layer via cut. Layer via cut. Layer via cut. Should have probably checked to see it's like I don't notice these things in the moment, and I'm like, alright, let's go to the next one. When I'm not even fully done yet, there's still things I gotta adjust. Alright, good. Now grab all of them real quick. Make sure I'm grabbing the ones I'm supposed to grab. Go to V. Alright. Yeah, that's not really better. Eyes were a bit too far apart, apparently. Didn't realize that, but it's fine. Now I just gotta combine everything back to normal, and boom. Also, I got everything at Tina, right? Hard to tell sometimes. I guess I could probably try to make this a bit more, you know, like that. Anyways, yeah. That's pretty much all we had to say in that department. So, aside from that, I have one pretty big drawing coming up soon that I want to try to get a head start on as much as I can. Hold on, I get a drink because I'm thirsty as hell. It's a newly opened bottle of water, but I still don't like the taste. I still don't like it. I don't understand why my brain is like that. Why does my brain not like the taste of water? It's annoying. Makes it difficult to drink water. Maybe something about this bottled water I don't like that much. And then the tap water, once I have to refill this bottled water. Hard to say, really. Alright, so, yeah, and then finale for Ebony and Ivory is coming up soon. You guys won't see it because it's a mature drawing, obviously, but this one is going to be so freaking huge. Essentially, it's the entirety of the Naughty Productions crew, Moon included, with the cafe group. The 7 girls that I have drawn once before on this channel own the cafe. I gotta mute that. Don't know why you have to do that. You had no reason to do that, you stupid computer. Stupid program having some issues where I click something and it's like, oh, I can't do that. Gonna issue an error because I'm stupid. But yes, there's a lot of characters that I'm gonna have to draw. I believe it's 18 in total, 11 from Naughty Productions and 7 from the cafe group. So the sooner I can get this done with, the better. We've been at this for not even 30 minutes. And we're already kind of halfway done with one of the characters. Or 2 characters. Halfway done with one character, fully done with another. Granted, I don't know how much more complexity we can get here. Hard to say, really. And we got Yasashi here with the most simplistic of outfits, making her the easiest one to draw every time. The only thing that's difficult is drawing her feet every time, but sometimes we don't have to do that. Sometimes. I wouldn't really say it's difficult, it's more just time-consuming. We want to try to keep things relatively simplistic, right? No, wait a minute. Something about this just seems off, and I can't tell why. Why are you going all over the place like that? Alright, let me try to keep things relatively even out towards the edges here, if at all possible. There we go. Maybe we don't do that fully? No clue. But yes, Yasashi's the simplistic one to draw. Her robe is easy, her weapon is pretty easy and short. Her body shape is pretty simplistic. Poor girl got unlucky in the genetic pool. Very flat-chested. But she is an adult, which means that it's not going to grow any further than that. Yep, sorry about that, Yasashi. It was supposed to basically just be a juxtaposition. Most Asian women don't have ginormous breasts, and apparently a lot of American women do. Even at the age of 15, which makes you question how sad most people, most people who have just the smallest of breasts. How sad does that make you that I have big ones? I know. I might be a guy, but that doesn't mean these ain't real. Christ, I don't even want to use the word because it's going to hurt so many of your feelings out there. But the word starts with the letter P. And it's something that Gwyneth usually is. Well, not peppy, but I guess, yeah, the other word. That word works as well, but not in this context. But yes, unfortunate, you got unlucky in a genetic pool. I don't even think this is genetics. I think this is literally just effects of some freaking ADHD medicine from long ago. And nobody knew what to do when it turns to making the correct doses. I'm perfectly fine with them now. But, yeah, it's not my fault, technically speaking. No, it's everyone else's fault on poor young me who didn't know shit because I was still a kid. Yes, sirree. I think way back then I used to wear, sweaters all the time because I wanted to try to, hide this for the most part. But now I've kind of gotten used to it. But that's maybe because of the fact that the whole, the drag queens and transgenders out there are for the most part are more, I wouldn't say more accepting because there are still groups of people that adamantly wants to bastardize that. Bastardized. I don't know what the word is. You know what I mean. They're trying to ban that kind of stuff and go back to the olden days for some reason. So I guess, yeah, now at this point, also the fact that I've kind of become pessimistic, thanks to this damn job. And uncaring. And forget about the uncaring part. Yeah, it makes sense. I've stopped caring. And when you stop caring, you start to not be as angry, but still angry at certain things that, are reasonable to be angry about. Obviously. But yeah, it's no biggie now. But for you, though, man, yeah, it must be sad. Sorry, but I can't do anything for you. There's not much that I can do. But you can do something about it. Maybe. It's your choice, I guess. If you have the cash. Yeah, I don't know. I'm tired. I don't know what else to talk about. All I know is a lot of people could probably relate to Yasashi over here. Hell, a lot of people could probably relate to Tina once they go into her storyline some more. Shikama's definitely the more interesting character because there's still a lot of mystery to him that we don't know. Obviously. We don't know much about Shikama. All we know is that he sneaks around and overhears things. But one scene where he walked away and sounded like he was on our side. So who knows what he's about? We at the very least know that there is some secrets to him that we have no clue about. And there are some things that makes you question, is he responsible for this? Can't be, but he could be. Or how did he know about this? How did he know to do this kind of deal, you know? He's a mysterious character. And we got Yasashi and John over here, who are also somewhat mysterious because we don't know too much about their paths either. We only have little bits of tidbits about Yasashi and Shikama's clan thanks to Ichi and Nomura. Which makes sense because they would still have clans, right? I mean, this is the future, but you would imagine that there would still be clans that exist. I have to imagine there would be. How big are clans? I don't know. I don't know what would qualify you as a part of a clan. And then there's Tina, who has some kind of issues in the back, and also seems to have some kind of pole around here. But not really. She doesn't. She does not have any pole. I feel like it's more so just, she knows somebody up top. Yeah, she knows somebody up top. She knows that indeed. But unfortunately, that's not enough for what well, spoilers of course, so I can't say too much. But she does know somebody up top. We know that much for a fact. And the people do know her, some of them at least. So anyways, yeah. What else to talk about is the question here. Our overtime plate-up run is still going strong. For the breakfast and fish menu, I still haven't figured out what I needed to do to make it so that plate-up doesn't spike in GPU. I'm not entirely too sure where the hell I'd look for that. I could try to do the gaming mode thingy and have that be there like I did for Sonic Frontiers, but the question is, how do I get plate-up to do the same thing? Is there an executable that I can, run? There might be. I don't know where the executables are in the, what do you call it? There has to be an executable, right? It can't just be you activate it via Steam, which means you would have to be online, or the library is offline. I don't know. There has to be some way to gain access to the, what do you call it? So I can put it on gaming mode, or enhanced performance mode, or something, whatever it was. Whatever I did to make Sonic Frontiers run smoothly, that's what I need to do. Or I just need to get a new GPU or get this one serviced or something. I don't know, it's hard to say. Because it's funny, before plate-up worked just fine, now all of a sudden it's not. Has to be the GPU and the summer heat. Probably. It has been getting hot out lately. And I can't exactly play with the fan on now, can I? Plus the computer runs hot, which adds to that heat. So that's not really helping either. It is just a whole lot of nonsense. But right now we're doing pretty good in that run. I'm looking into getting teleporters soon. Spoilers, but not really spoilers since we are nowhere near getting that. I need to get myself a discount desk. And apparently you can keep discounting an item every single day. So if I were to go on ahead and kept discounting the teleporter until it eventually got to a reasonable price, I don't even know what the reasonable price is. It's like $12.50 on the normal cost. Then I think it would go, well, $12.50. So 625 then it would go. Reduce that. I don't know what this would go to, but it would probably be around like 313 or 312, depending on which one it's going to go, above or below. Above, if it's, less than 4, or equal to or less than 4, go down. 4 is low, 5 is high. Raise 5 or 4 low, 5 high. Raise 4 drop. I don't know what this was called, and I don't remember, but basically if the decimal point is something 0.4, it stays on the number, but if it's something 0.5, it goes up. So that 625, I think it was, would then go to 613 because it's only, 12.5, but it goes to 13 instead. And then it keeps on going lower. That would go over to 300, then that would go to 150, and that would go to 75. But that would mean we would have to run multiple days and not screw up. But we also need a discount desk. I don't know if I could stack discount desks, but that would be cool if I could. Probably not going to attempt that, though. Yeah, I would be getting a research desk, then upgrading that. Hope we get a discount desk and upgrade that again. And so on and so forth. I don't know. Also, let me just double check to make sure. I really don't know how long I could last in this run. Because it seems like I'm on bound to get to, day overtime 40, which is like 55 or so in the day department, which is pretty good. It's a pretty good overtime record. But the problem is, once we get to 41, that's 10 to 11 customers. Which means one of the rooms will be literally unable to be used anymore. The only other thing that I could do is to reduce the amount of table space I have to 2 with no coffee tables, and I have to move everything out into that one area. And I would have to then figure out how the hell I'm gonna go on ahead and get around the place quickly. I'm still using the, the egg and stuff to be able to, automate all the other things. Once we can get automated mushrooms and tomato cuts coming in and, moving over to where they need to move to, then it'll be easier to serve up the breakfast stuff. But aside from that, hard to say, really. We got starters, we've got main dishes, we've got desserts, potential dessert. At least the starters isn't that bad. But the fact that we have to serve like 11, then to 12, then up to a max of 16, we can get to day 100 of overtime. Yeah, I don't know. I would say the only other way we can probably make that work in our favor, no, that's downwards, is if we were to just go on ahead and get lucky for a minimum group size decrease, and then we just go on ahead and, well, it depends, because I don't know how exactly that works. Minimum group size means what exactly? I believe it means, that's a backpack, not teeth. I believe it means it decreases the top number, but hopefully it also decreases the bottom number. I mean, if we were to do that, it would be a consistent number all around. If I were to get lucky enough to get that, and it decreases the top number, so that means that the maximum group is the same as the minimum group, I could go up to day 50 at the very least, without having to change anything. Assuming that's what that does. Regardless, though, it would still give me the ability to go up a day, because it'll be, it's 9 to 10 on 30 to 40, and then it's 10 to 11 from 41 to 50. If I were to get the thing, it would go to 9 to 10 again, but if it would decrease the maximum group size, it would go to 10 to 10 for 50 and 9 to 9 for 40. Or up to 40, up to 50, that kind of stuff. We're trying to take this overtime run as far as we can, as best as we can. But I don't think we're going to get that far. Unless there's a way we can decrease the amount of customers we get, I don't think there's anything more I can do. Which sucks. Because this is a pretty good overtime run. I just don't know what's going to occur with all of the fish that we've got. Because we've got a lot of fish. Red fish, blue fish, fillet fish, crab cakes, oysters. We might even get a spiny fish if we don't get any good options. There is just so many fish in this breakfast restaurant. And it's funny because I was somewhat semi-planning on doing a fish run again, just for shits and giggles. But now I'm kind of already doing it. Kind of already doing the fish run that I was planning on doing after the breakfast run would fail. But I was not expecting for the breakfast run to continue at the pace that it was going. Automated cherry pies, the black coffee making it easier. Now we got the black coffee and vanilla coming up soon. That's a spoiler, but I guess it's not really that big of a spoiler since, this might come out tonight, this episode, Tuesday. Or it might come out Wednesday. But even then, those who are not watching that probably weren't already watching it anyways. Those who don't watch the art time videos probably don't watch the gaming videos. But yes, we're making some very good progress in this run. So far, no major problems except for, Plate Up lagging a little bit. But it was less egregious than it was before. Before, when it was just going like at a PowerPoint frame per second. Excuse me? Oh boy. Now Photoshop is lagging a bit. Why is there just so many issues with these programs as of late? I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do here. Anywho's and wits. I can't wait to see how far this run goes. I just gotta hope we don't have any issues with any more lag and whatnot. Which sucks because I'm running on the lowest freaking graphics here on that. Putting it into performance mode probably might be a good way to fix it. Whatever I did with Sonic Frontiers, I'll do the same with Plate Up. Maybe that means that the GPU will not overload and shoot itself up to high levels than it needs to be. For any questions, what would happen if I put Plate Up in admin mode? Would it have a difficult time? Would I still get the overload instance? I can only think that the overload doesn't occur primarily because of the fact that, it has high priority shish. How the hell did I make this happen? It's fine, it's an easy fix. Never mind, it's not an easy wait, no. It is an easy fix, just don't bring it that high up. Bring it above the hand. Wait. Bring it above the what? Where the hell am I? Wait, no, where am I? Go on to this, damn it. We're above the pad. Wait, I'm confuzzled. Oh, wait. I think I see what the issue is here. Yeah, no, that was definitely... I mean, it was already off. How did I not notice that? That's because it wasn't shaded in. No more of that now. Thank you very much. Ah, man, I can't wait for next week. Because next week I get to start doing recordings of Tales of Berseria. This week I'm going to record 2 episodes of Sonic Adventures 2. I don't think they're going to be that bad. So far the A ranks haven't been as bad as I thought I was going to be. Granted, these are the particular A ranks that are so goddamn easy that they're not even really that big of an issue. You just gotta, do things properly and hope that there's no cheap shit that get in your way. Like, what has happened with these stupid gun robots, jump scaring Tails and Eggman, and even Sonic sometimes. But we have been basically just doing treasure hunting and mech shooting first and foremost. Which makes sense, go at one at a time and then save the more annoying and difficult ones for later. The treasure hunting ones are pretty easy, all things considered. It's just there are certain levels that are a pain in the ass. But you know which one I'm talking about. I think the main reason why I did Rouge and Tails first is because I somehow managed to basically just get a perfect A rank line throughout their cart missions, except for the first one, I mean. But all of them I got A ranks on. Not first try, because there was several attempts to try to get to any considerable, But at the very least, I didn't have to do it again, like I had been doing with most of the other things. And the second one was not that bad. This is a pad. Why are you pad? You are supposed to be fingers to be. It's fine. You guys can't see it. I can see it. It's just layers doing stupid things. So yes, that's why I did them first. Because they were the easiest ones to get towards their end things. Surprisingly, Tail freaking reeled in so many A ranks that getting the rest of his A ranks wasn't that difficult. Yeah, his last mission was tedious as all hell on occasions, but we managed. We did manage that. We did do that. Yes, we did. And Rouge's was still a pain in the ass, but we managed. Knuckles is going to be a huge pain, and I feel like if I know where all the enemies are, and if I don't get tripped up by them just immediately popping up out of nowhere, I feel like Weapons Bed should be easy, and the rest of Eggman should be easy as hell. Right? Because I'd gotten an A rank, or at least a high rank on that one before, but this time around we are unable to do that. Maybe it's because the port isn't that good, and the GameCube version is actually way more responsive and, reasonable. I mean, yeah, sure, we're using a Bluetooth controller to be able to play, but the lag shouldn't be that big to where freaking the thing won't log on to anything when I want it to log on to stuff. I'm willing to believe it's more so just, the Steam port. I could believe it's the Bluetooth, but I also feel like the Steam port is also to blame. So it's not just the controller and the Bluetooth and the slight input lag that I think might be within the Bluetooth. Because it done well keeping up. It's just, for some reason, Sonic Adventures... Hell, even freaking played up, actually, now that I think about it. Man, it does not taste good. Don't ask me how I can taste water. I just can, and I don't like it. I wish I couldn't. I wish all I felt was the cold air, the coolness, not the cold air, cold air. Whatever the hell I'm trying to say here. The cool feel of the water instead of the strange aftertaste. I don't know why I keep getting that strange aftertaste. It doesn't make any sense. No idea. But anyways, yeah. There might be a significant input lag on the controller, now that I think about it. But the problem with using the Xbox controller is the fact that it's, at least in this USB port, disconnects so frequently. And when I have to move the thing around, it's just not good. PS4 is way more manageable. No wires. Yeah, there's input lag. But there hasn't really been anything that required too much, played up, but chances are, even without the input lag, I probably wouldn't have succeeded in most of the overtime runs that I tried to do. I am curious if I'm going to be able to get enough to get the stir fry, the last main dish. I don't know if there's any more. I don't know if it's going to be a case of you've reached level 15, which is the max level for upgrades, but you can still get more levels. Because when we get more stuff out and we fill up the rest of the odd number or the even numbered levels, you will be able to get more content unlocked immediately. Ooh. I mean, I imagine that's the case, right? If I can continue to play the game as is. I feel like this is slightly too dark, but it's fine. But if we were to continue to play the game consistently and constantly throughout the weeks, then we're going to unlock pretty much everything that we need to unlock. Okay, I feel like I did this one way too bright. I have to adjust this. Otherwise, it's just not going to look good. Here's hoping that once we get to 15, we'll still get levels. I don't know what other reason there would be to continue trying to, get more levels if they don't add more things. But we'll see. Played Up is like the new Sonic Adventures 2, where it goes on for as long as I can make it go on. I don't know what other series I'd be able to replace in its stead. I would say the only other series I could probably think of is Slime Rancher. I got the first one, and apparently there's a second one. I didn't even realize. I'm going to open up the store real quick and just look into it, but apparently there's a second one. Whoops. Yep, Slime Ranchers 2. $30. I definitely would like to play that at some point, that's for certain. And I got Bunny Slimes. Ooh, look at all that. I don't know. It's still early access, too. It's strange. Is the other one still early access? I doubt it. What reason would it have to be in early access? Yeah, no. It does not need a reason to be in early access. Yes, indeed, it does not. Alright, go back to library, I guess. So that's an option. If for some reason Played Up kind of runs out, we complete our goals and whatnot. Assuming we can't complete our goals. I highly doubt I'm going to get to overtime 100 in this run. Unless I get a massive restaurant, which allows me to essentially seat up to 20 people in one seat in 4 different areas. There has to be. I've seen some interesting looking restaurant runs out there and all the things that the people have gotten, and I have yet to see a seed like that. Maybe I should do special seeded runs. Instead of doing randomized, I'll look on the internet for some good seeds that I can roll with, and we'll see what we can do with those seeds. Surely we can do stuff with those seeds, right? Surely. I can't imagine why I wouldn't be able to. I hope. I really hope, because it would be great. Also, how long have we been at this so far? Not even an hour, and we're almost done with the shading? 3/4 of the way done. 3/4 done of the shading. Although Shikama is an extra half, so... yeah. But yes, if at some point Played Up runs out of content for us to work with, we could probably do a Slime Rancher series at some point. I'm saving Warframe for once Sonic Adventures 2 finish. God damn it, what the hell's with all this damn gas? I don't think I did this. I mean, I most likely did it, I just don't think I actually went full on with that. It's fine now. Yeah, that and then 2 after we're finished with that. And then after that, I'm not sure. I'm uncertain. We'll try to make those series go for as long as they can. Also, I don't know why, but something about your eyes seems slightly off as well. Why is that? Hold on, this one is easy enough because all I need to do is this, technically. No, wait. There's the lines as well. Well, lines I gotta cut out at least. Yep. I think that's everything here. Layer via cut temporarily as I move everything where it needs to be moved to. Something still seems slightly off. Maybe I need to make this eye go in more. Probably? Just like with Yasashi. Combine. Grabbeth. Removeth. Wait. There we go. Okay, how about here? That should work. Alright, here we go again. How the hell did I get the Americans perfect, but the Japanese I just can't seem to get perfect here. First try with the eyes, at the very least. Layer via cut. Layer via cut. Layer via cut, and in the eyebrows. Layer via cut. Go to V. I feel like I'm missing something, but I think we're fine-ish. I'm going in the wrong direction-ish. Oh, I am missing something. Layer via cut. Alright, good, it's fixed. Or at the very least, that's now where it needs to be. There we go. Slightly better? Hold on. Compared to the other one, this one looks slightly better. How do I bring this up a bit? Zoop, zoop, and even though this doesn't matter, I'm going to reset you. Zoop. Yeah, that does look better. Good, great, fantastic. Now I just got to combine every single one of you back to your original. And we should be golden. Awesome. And none of you are connected? No, some of you are connected. Don't know why. Don't matter. Alright, good, great. Now we go back to the shading part. So, anyways, I don't know what else to talk about. I mean, I guess if Slime Rancher ran dry, we could do Elden Ring Nukem Edition. I've played up until the entirety of killing every boss in Limgrave, even going so far as going back to the grafted Scion guy from the first area you awaken in. So going back into that, but this time with a completely different playstyle as opposed to what the hell I was doing before. And it's basically just all around messing around with everything instead of like just messing around with one thing, one weapon. Duke will be a connoisseur of all weapons. He will be naked. He'll be underwear. He'll be running around screaming in his underwear like he did in the Escapist 2 in that harbor when we were trying to like leave, but we couldn't understand what the dolphin was saying, so we had to like get back, hope we don't get destroyed, run around naked with all the guards chasing Duke as we get back into our area with all of our stuff back. We have our ass handed to us, and then boom, we were able to leave once we were able to understand the dolphin, or at least talk to the dolphin, and everything was golden. Maybe I can also do an Escapist 2 series as well, I'm not sure. I feel like that's something we can do with Duke Nukem again. Why the hell? Well, again, for me, not for you guys. Something I can think of doing later on down the road at some point when the time comes, at the very least. But for now, though, the Elden Ring's Nukem Edition could work. I at least have some general idea on how to play the game, I just don't know how to dodge things properly. Part of me wonders if I should try to beat the game in full. But I got so many things that I need to get done with that I barely have any time for gaming. And it sucks. Makes me wonder if I should do a Tears of the Kingdom series so I can play the game, but do it for YouTube as well. but I don't know how to do that on my Switch. I don't know how the hell I might be able to connect a Switch to a laptop and then have OBS detect the thing for it. Maybe. Although if I were to do that, I would probably need to do a Breath of the Wild series first or something. Maybe. Possibly. I don't really want to drink another one, but I'm also getting thirsty. Just don't inhale. Think about maybe getting air up at some point. I don't know. We've spent a lot of money on these new TV. So, yeah, we don't exactly have a whole lot of money to go around right now. Especially after what Verizon did to us. I will never forget Verizon. Oh, I didn't even get the chance to talk about this before. Why did I move that down? That doesn't need to be moved down. You can't tell, but I'm moving the hair layer down for 1B, and I'm moving 1C, and I'm moving 1B up to the torso so it stays above this. But Verizon did the most stupidest thing possible. Their cable Wi-Fi box went out overnight on Friday. It was working just fine one night. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, can't work anymore. Oh, no, don't work. And they called them because they called them to come in to fix it, and they couldn't come in till freaking Monday. You're telling me you don't have a weekend crew? Geez, it must be good to not have to work the weekends, huh, Verizon? Granted, they probably work several 12 hours in that place, but who knows? Who the hell knows? But yeah, no, that was annoying. I had to try to find my shows on the internet. 2 of which were easy. Thankfully, Unicorns Warrior Eternal was on HBO Max, and that seems to be consistent there. And thankfully, Dr. Stone was also on Crunchyroll. Pretty easy and accessible sites that I already got my hands on. But trying to find Food Wars 5th season, at the very least, One Piece at the Punk Hazard arc, or at least close to the end, I think we're at, and Naruto, where we're literally sitting there with Tsunade in the gazebo reading Jiraiya's story. You know which one I'm talking about. Filler, which is surprisingly decent because, A, it's an interesting turn of events. It's like Boruto, except Naruto doesn't hate his father. Yep, Trying to find those 3 was a pain in the ass. And then, of course, Fairy Tail, of course, that's the thing that I have been watching 8 times a week. Once a day after dinner, and then once after my shows on Toonami ends. So that one was also pretty easy to get to, but that's the norm. The only place I can't watch it is on my phone, because that's how that works. But trying to find... it was difficult, alright? Crunchyroll didn't have it. Apparently Hulu didn't have it. Netflix didn't have it. At one point, I think I found something with Naruto, but all of a sudden, there's no dubs here, just subs. There's dubs up to this one point close to the episode, and all of a sudden, no dubs. Don't know where the dubs went. Hard to say, really. Jeez, Fred. I'm having a hard time looking, but I'm not seeing any dubs over here. God damn it, Barney, what the fuck are you talking about? Anime dubs are dubs as in win dubs. Depends on what you are, Fred. Are you a weeb or a champion? Or would that technically be a loser? God damn it, Barney, I'm going to punch you. I'm going to punch your eye out, Barney. We're in the middle of war, Barney. I don't know which one, full Fred and Barney over here again. But yes, it was a pain in the ass to try to find what I needed to find. I found it. Sure enough, I did. But, Verizon can go suck a giant nuke cock. Suck my balls of steel. Frickin', now we got, I don't know what the hell we got. Something with... what is this? Insignia? Amazon TV app thingy or something or another. I'm uncertain. But I got Sling now. And it sucks that Sling doesn't have Mammal Planet, right, Cat? Animal Planet, in case you guys don't understand what the hell I'm talking about. Which is understandable because it's the thing I do with the cat. I say, Mammal Planet. Right, Mammal? Wherever the hell you went, you just disappeared into the darkness again. Behind the box, on top of the box. Either way, she's fixated on the box back there. There's a TV box over there. I don't know why we left it here, but that's the cat's little scratching post / play gym or something, even though it's a box that's closed. Look, anything for this cat to just utilize, because this cat's got no toys. The dogs are all the toys, but the cat don't for some reason. And they don't want to buy the cat any toys, or at least, well, the toys that he did buy, like these, will just keep me up at night, and I gotta put them away, and I don't take them out because I gotta go on a scavenger hunt. And I used to bring that one thing down, but now the cat's somehow managed to grow a pair, despite the fact that she's not a male and has not been neutered, and is able to jump up on its damn dresser, which is not where I want her to go because there's a chance she's gonna knock over things, knock over her dry food bag that I have up there, and then gonna cause another mess. This cat is destructive of all else. He goes and digs around in the trash can for stuff. She's so destructive. Very destructive. Isn't that right, cat? Psst, psst. Where are you? Wait, I see you. She's in the corner. She's staring at me in the corner. But yes, that's what we've got now in place of Verizon. Still gotta use neighbor's Wi-Fi for a bit until we get the new one installed this Thursday. Seems to be doing fine, I guess. Videos have been uploading quickly, but then again, I've been using the software encoder instead of the other one. All because of PlateUp. Trying to figure out what other things I could do to try to reduce GPU usage. Because until it gets colder, or until this GPU gets serviced, or we get an upgraded one that withstands temperatures of 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and it would still be good. Oh, even 300 degrees Celsius. Sir, why not? Have a GPU immune to the power of the sun, even though I think the sun is probably way hotter than 300 Celsius. But I don't know the calculations you would do. And I'm not one that even pays attention to Fahrenheit anyways. Nor do I pay attention to most of the freaking, degree temperatures in the first place, when I probably should. I'm 27, and I don't pay attention to the news or the Fahrenheit stuff. Which, why would I? Why should I? I'm living my life by the seat of my pants or something. Living like Larry. And that means either being boiled alive like a lobster or freezing to death like a sponge. Trying to sleep but leaving the fridge open. Yeah, that's a forced reference right there. I couldn't figure out another reference that was frozen. Sheesh, my neck and my back. How long have we had this so far? Over an hour. That's not that bad. Honestly, we might be able to get all of this done within one fell swoop. Which I hope we do. I hope I can, because if I can get this posted today, immediately tomorrow, after I do some things in Paint Maze, I can start working on Ebony and Ivory. And there's so many characters I gotta draw there. Let me see if I can try to remember all the names of the characters that I've gotta draw. Also, why the hell am I doing this? Don't do that. Dark. Keep it dark. Also, I think because before the others were somewhat purplish, but now they're not anymore. What happened? You were more purple, unless these weren't the purple bits and they were something else. I'm going to focus on it. So the drawing goes like this. I've got Moon and Tammy in the background. In the cafe group, in order, I believe I'm going to have Divya, Adela, Beverly, Tasha, Erica, Nakato, and Tanisha right there, leg out, front forward. Not a curve like this, front forward. Which I feel like is better to get all the characters in without having to worry about perspective, at the very least. Then from the Naughty Productions crew, I think this might be the order that I go in. It's going to be Genevieve, then Yerusha, followed by Lena and Onizuka, followed by Rosa, not in between, because all in between being here's Yerusha, here's Genevieve, Divya, and Yerusha. That kind of like, if you know the drawing I'm making, which is a mature drawing, then you will understand. Those that don't understand, don't worry, you don't need to understand. That's like the kind of drawings you want to see anyways. Right, Kat? That's scratching the box. Can you see her? Can you see her scratching that box? What you doing? Face up. Scratching the box. Ow. You see her fuzzy face over there? Yeah, he's scratching out their box constantly and consistently. But let me adjust this a bit more. But yes, continuing with Rosa in front. So we got like the characters I've described, but they are more so in between the girls. With Rosa, goddamn it, go to the pelvis. The pelvis, I said. Christ, man. Rosa would be in front of Tasha while trying to get to Erica and Beverly. Then in between Tasha, continuing forward with the direction that we've been going. Probably Zola, then Ruth. Also, that's the leg again. Why do I keep selecting leg 2? And then lastly being followed by Yuri and Jayla. The girls obviously focusing on the odd number girls in the line. And that's several characters I gotta draw. And several pairs. If you know what pair I'm talking about, congratulations, you pay attention. Or you're into it, then you're like, man, I want to see what kind of normal stuff he draws here. I mean, yeah, obviously, this is all the safe for work stuff. I'm not going to draw the not safe for work ones on YouTube, because YouTube wouldn't like that. However, the mock brain horror ones are fine, apparently. But yeah, that's essentially the, what'd you call it? How long have we had this so far? An hour and 32 minutes, not bad. Let me stop for a second. Whoops. Okay, so maybe I'll get rid of this. Maybe I don't need this. What the hell did I just delete? Oh, wait, never mind. I created another layer. I think. I don't know. Did I create another layer? You guys can't tell. Only I could tell. And I didn't record that. I can't record that. Not unless I go to Unity screen and do it from there instead. What was that noise? Oh, you're not making that noise. There's just some random noise I heard. You're just licking your paw nonchalantly. I'm just going to look at me. Alright, boot 1A. Shouldn't take too long. I think we're now at the home stretch with these characters here. I'm not sure what I plan on doing with the background. But I want to try to get the background done with quickly. So we're going to get some simplistic shapes going in. Try to get a good gist of what we want to get done with quickly. Color it, shade it, texture it, do the shadows and effects and lighting effects. Shadow and lighting. Then the effects. Yada yada. That kind of stuff. I guess shadow and effects still actually counts for the shadow and lighting. The fog. Even though the fog's probably not going to be that egregious. Yeah, I don't know what the hell Shikama had before and why his colors seemed way more brighter purple. But this color scheme, well, okay, this color scheme does seem a little bit more purplish thanks to this, but that's fine. I would have to look back at, actually, do I have that open? Yeah, I do. Okay, yeah, most of his outfit was purple and blue. So when did his outfit become a little bit more brighter? Oh, it's because I had that one be the purple one. Wait, what? No. Oh, wait. I guess I just made that more right. I didn't make it... Okay, so yeah, that is what it's supposed to look like, but if you look at the 8th episode, it looks completely different. Darker. Hey, you know what? We have a more consistent design here, so it can stay. Shouldn't have to worry about that changing anymore. Provided that the, the effects in the drawing doesn't, like, vastly change the, the armor appearance. Good. Great. Okay, I guess I technically don't really need this open, but I'll open it up anyways in case I need to look for specific textures. Because now we're in the texturing phase, and we've been at this for an hour and 16 minutes. I thought it was going to take me like 3 hours to get the freaking shading portion done with. But we're actually making some pretty good time, so awesome, great, fantastic. Now we're just texturing all the characters in. And then after that, the background stuff. So far, so good. Also, I feel as though this part probably should be deleted. What are you doing, Cat? Really, Cat? What are you doing? You trying to open the box up? How are you so destructive that you're going to try to open up the damn box? I don't know why this cat's trying to open it, or she's either opening it or she's sitting down and a lot of squeaks are being made because of something. Don't know what. Alright, this seems like it's as simple as this. We haven't seen Tina really utilize these goggles yet, have we? She just has them here. Whether it's for show or not, who knows? But she's got nice goggles that are kind of like flipped up. She could bring it down like so. Flipped up goggles. Flat goggles. Alright, then there's this, which I think it is the, well, this one is this, obviously. But these bits over here is cloth. I think it's just the gloves that are all cracked up. Right. The gloves and the shorts, I believe. No, the shorts are also cloth. Just the gloves, then. It's just the gloves that have that texture, while everything else consists mostly of this. Wait a minute. Well, it might not actually be fully shown here. I feel as though... Alright, let me go to Tina for a second. Let me see where this is at first, because maybe... Yeah, I feel as though, unless I have this here and I just forgot to color it in, I did not. And that's where that is. With that, okay, good, great. This is the part that I didn't put in. Because I didn't think I had the thing there. I don't want to get rid of this. This one I do want to keep here. No, don't do that. Alright, awesome. Well, grab the glove layer, go underneath it, E, and it's not this color, it's that color. No, don't move it. I don't know which one this is. I think it's 2C. Good. I don't need this open anymore. Just shade this bit in real quick. Nothing too complex. A simplistic. That's glove 1D, you fool. Good. Great. Okay, back to this again. Go to 5 again. I'll just real quickly get some of this done with. Shouldn't take too long. Also, I need to check something real quick, just in case. I don't know if this is lagging or not. It shouldn't be. Hotkeys. Okay, good. I just need to make sure that I didn't have the stop recording button set up to the end key. Which, I don't have to worry about that anymore, because now Minecraft is on a hiatus thanks to the 5th season being completed. The 5th season is finally completed. Which is now the truth, because it's already out. The episode is already out, and I'm going to probably advertise it here, assuming I can get this done with and I have enough time to be able to post this. But yes, the 5th season of Minecraft is finished, and now it's on a hiatus. So now I don't ever have to worry about the end key anymore until the 6th season starts up. Which won't be for a while. You already know Tales of Berseria series starting up, and that series takes a while. On casual play of me pretty much just skipping a lot of the enemies and not really doing much in the way of fighting until, the end. Middle I was fighting sometimes, but most of the times I was skipping pretty much every enemy so I can continue the story. This time I'm not going to do that. We're actually going to do a bunch of grinding and whatnot, killing a bunch of things, getting a bunch of loot, getting a bunch of things to upgrade and get more upgrades and whatnot, killing the red guys, the red enemy guys. We're going to actually fully play it, so we're going to get way more bang for our buck here. We technically already got more bang for our buck because of the fact that it was, 20, 30... I don't even think it was 20. I think it was on sale for $7. I got my money's worth tenfolds. Almost 70 hours. We're going to get even more hours. So I can't wait. But I gotta wait until next Friday, unfortunately. And then you guys gotta wait until next Tuesday, which is taking place of the Minecraft, and then the next Friday after that is when you get to see the next episode come out. 2 episodes a week. How long do you think it's going to take for us to get through all that? I don't know. I don't know. Are these leather? Well, the only way to find out is if I go over to an episode where we get to see more of Tina's shoes. It is cloth. But so was the gloves on that one for some reason, so I'm just going to make it be cracked. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's look at, what was it, 8? Did episode 8 showcase her gloves? Yeah, it showcased some of it. Ah, it's cloth. It's all cloth. It shouldn't all be cloth. Okay, I'm going to retcon that right now. It's going to be cracked. Easy enough to... Whoops. Easy enough to tell. If anything, though, the inside should be cloth. Up. The inside of both this and this. Primarily because of the fact that it is, well, soft insides and whatnot. We don't want it to be, cramp and unwieldy. Although you got the leather on the outside. It depends. It depends on how efficient she is at using these gloves. She can use these gloves, apparently. Pretty easily, too. But, yeah. I'm retconning all that cloth, and it's going to be cracks now. Watch, there were some that were cracks, but then we went over and looked at a different one that had cloth for some reason. I don't know. Brain just does not want to keep things consistent here. So I'm having something here to always keep it consistent. no matter what. As long as I can see the, here, it should be good. Theoretically, of course. So there we go. Alright. Now for the boots. Shouldn't take too long. Well, your hammer here is slightly different, but I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. I'm pretty sure it's all this anyways. And even if it's not all this, retcon. Design retcon. Like a quarter of the way into the series, we're doing a design retcon. Hey, it is what it is. I'm trying to make sure that things stay relatively consistent as best as I possibly can. So having a reference sheet to look into will make things a lot easier, don't you think? Oh, the last bit of water. Even though I stay hydrated, Pepsi tastes a hell of a lot better, despite how unhealthy that is. Ugh, Christ, man. It's like I needed to be ultra cold or something. And that was not ultra cold. Okay, good. Now Yasashi. I'm surprised I'm even able to remember their names. I've already forgotten most of the characters' names in Heavenly Deadline. I think the main character was Hanichi. I changed it to Hanichi in case those who are watching on our time and watching this consistently are like, wait, wasn't it going to be Hanakanma or something? There's a little hint there for you. But I think Hanichi might be a more suitable normal name that he can utilize, and Hanakama can be like a nickname. Right? Meow. Shake your head at me, why don't you? I got you now. Look at this little face. Look at that little face. And that little paw trying to grab things. Meow. And there she goes. Slowly but surely. Alright, Yasashi. She's on far left. It's funny because in Elementals Reborn, the character reference sheet goes off of their elements and when they were first introduced. This one goes off of their heights. You can see how tiny Tina is. Yep. That was definitely intentional. But yes, she's small. Technically older than... Well, no. I guess technically now Tiny Tina's older than this Tina. Because now she's like 20? In terms of Borderlands 3 at least. I wonder when they're going to make a fourth one, and I wonder if they're going to pull some ass pull and bring Maya back. I hope so. Or if anything, do like the Obi-Wan Force thing, and, you know, all the previous Siren users, even like Commandant Stella and Angel, their souls are still residing, and they can like make physical bodies to be able to do things in. It's like, I feel like that would be the only way to kind of just remove the terrible writing that happened there with that instance. Is to have her, all the previous, I mean, that would also ruin the story with Angel, but at the same time, monkey's paw, you know? And also we get Maya back, which I feel like it's kind of an ass pull what occurred there, but you know what? That's why alternate universes exist. That's why alternate universes exist. You've heard me say it before with Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia. That's why alternate universes exist. I don't know what else is going to happen in this series. kicked off, and now the 7th season's going to be coming out soon, and who knows what's going to happen. Luna's going to be busy righting the wrongs that occur. And in Attack on Titan, who knows? We might have both Luna and Nezuko righting some wrongs. If you remember that one drawing I did of Nezuko doing a little saving on a certain somebody, because the first drawing I did of, the two is very adorable and makes sense because, always having something in their mouths, whether it be a bamboo stick or a potato. Either way, this is why alternate universes exist. To right the wrongs that have been made in the original timeline. I am the Time Master, after all. I can basically do whatever the hell I want with these timelines. Provided I don't make money off of them, and therefore the creators have reason to shut down those timelines. They don't have a reason to shut down the current timelines. And why would they? Granted, I don't know what this one particular idea for a spin-off series going off of Luna v Titan is going to be. I don't know how Attack on Titan's ending. Spoilers, I guess. I was right about one thing. I haven't seen it yet, but there's been spoilers on the internet. I knew this was going to happen, and I was not really surprised to see it. Yes, spoilers. Eren does die. Don't you worry, though. Alternate timelines exist. It's just Eren, I don't really care too much for that much in this instance. Not as much as, Sasha, Hanji, Mikasa, hell, even Annie. Even though she's bad, I would still feel terrible if she goes. Because then what will Hitch do? I think I'm going to have to pull a Luna and bring Annie back to life so that Hitch has her waifu, even though I'm pretty sure Annie doesn't really see her in that light. Unlike Historia and Ymir, who already was there and ready and willing to just do the do, to mate and whatnot, but not really mate and not say. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You don't need me to explain it to you. Or do you? Anyways, yes, so that occurs. But don't worry, I have something in mind. I feel like, yes, there's no other option. He has no outs. But somebody can give him an out. That's right. One that doesn't involve death and dismemberment. Somebody can give him an out. I think you know who. But anyways, yeah. The spin-off series that I have in mind with that, after what occurs there. I can't exactly say too much about it just yet. Because it does have somewhat of a spoilers. But the idea here is it's Titans and Gundams. Mechas, really. That's the idea. Doesn't involve anything of the original cast. None of the original casts are there. Yeah, that essentially is what it is. Because I feel like there's a very good missed opportunity that they could have done in Attack on Titan, but they didn't. There is a very cool missed opportunity. And I want to say it. And I feel like I can say it, because it's going to be like years before I get to that. Because, first of all, I got to get done with the Nova Guardians, which won't be until 2025 of April. And then I got to get done with the first season of Chrome Wars, which, again, won't be done until, since it's 6 per limitation period, and that's 8, 16, 24, that's 2 years and 8 months. So it wouldn't be done until, somewhere in 2028. I'm just loosely throwing the numbers around. I'm not doing any of the math there. It's like 2 years starting on May, so that would be 2027 of May. Going up to May at least, so that would be 2027 of April for, 18 episodes, I think. Yeah, 18. And then the remaining 6 happening, so 2028 of January. Got it, right, of course. So I was right, 2028 of January, assuming everything goes according to plan, and assuming I don't fall behind, which I shouldn't. But then again, I have something ginormous in 2025 of March, multiple ginormous things, and I don't know if I have the spirit or strength to do it again. I could take solace in the fact that it's a mature drawing that we're doing it, which means I don't have to worry about making videos on it. Still doesn't change the fact that I gotta try to draw so many characters. So many characters. Why is there so many characters? I've already decided to do this and I can't back out of it now. Yes, I have like less than 2 years to think of it over, but I've decided no, I'm doing it. I am going to do it. I will do it. I shouldn't do it, but I am going to do it. It's a finale for a particular episode series. I'm pretty sure just saying that makes it easier for you to figure out which one it is, and the fact that it's mature also determines that. If you can't guess it, good. If you can, good. I don't care. I don't care if you guys know about this, because it's pretty simplistic what I have been doing. It's not, like, secretive. It's not that. It's not the world's most kept secret. Doesn't need to be. But yes. That is going to be one of the most not the most, obviously, because there's just so many freaking characters in the 1,000th deviation milestone. I don't think I'm ever going to beat that unless on the next deviation milestone I somehow manage to get like twice the amount. But that won't be for like less than a decade now. So, we might all be dead. I might be out of this job and into my more preferred job. Hopefully, I really hope, if I can keep working on Paint Maze, and if that does really well, then maybe. Or one of these series get picked up. Either way, there's a bunch of stuff being worked on here. One of them has to get me somewhere. I just gotta be patient and continue to create. Because I honestly just do not really feel like doing this damn job anymore, but I can't really get out of it anyways because money's a bitch. And it sucks. It sucks that this is an issue that I have to worry about. Anywho's and wits. Yeah. It will be a long, long time before I can get to that. It's probably a good thing. Because honestly, it's just a lot of work. It's hard to explain just how much work it is to draw so many characters at once. And also to make them all look good and in like a reasonable area. Over 150 characters I drew in that one. And to draw any more, it would be a pain in the ass. And this was like 2 months straight. For the first month where I had like 4 weeks by myself, I just spent all of that time working on that drawing. Working on trying to get that finished. And, man, let me tell you, it was painful. Like the pain I feel now, nothing compared to the pain of just having to go through several hours of outlining, and then several hours of coloring, and then several hours of shading and texturing. I had to like move certain characters out and into a different, Photoshop document in order for me to be able to do things. Combine the current characters there. I had the Photoshop documents with every single character in it. Matter of fact, I could probably pull up the, not the drawing, it's definitely not the Photoshop document, are you kidding me? It is a total of 851 megabytes. It's huge. This is the biggest drawing I've ever made. It is close to a gigabyte in size. That one drawing, album 42 is probably the biggest folder because it has 2.57 gigabytes. And almost all of that... why are you showing me this now? Piss off. I already have my backup stuff. I already got a new USB with like twice the amount of storage space on it. Because I was running out of space on my other drive. Wait a minute. Why is your calf weirdly shaped? Hold on. Let me fix that. But yes, I had to get another USB drive because I literally only have like 6 gigabytes, I think it was, left on one of them. And that's not enough. It was either 6 gigabytes or 6 megabytes, but I don't think it was 6 megabytes because that would be too much. It would have to have been 6 gigabytes. It's a lot. It's a lot of drawings. I have like 54 albums. Wait a minute. Oh shit, that's right. After this, I have 54 full albums. Which means I have... I'm going to bring my phone up because I'm not doing 24 times 5 in my head. Or not 5. 24 times 54 in my head. That's 1,296 drawings. That's a lot of drawings that I've done throughout the course of several years. I don't even know when the hell I exactly started. I started sometime after high school, so I think it was 2014 is when I graduated, and after that I spent like a year working on Labyrinth, but never really got to posting that or doing anything with that because music wasn't my own, so I couldn't do anything with that yet. Which is fine because there's still a lot of things there that I would like to fix now in a remade version. Wait a minute. I sense something is wrong here. Something is wrong. I can feel it. I need to fix your eyebrows a bit. Okay, don't go that far, because I'm going to hit that. Anyways, yeah, that was like 20... So, I think it was like, what, 2016? Well, let me see. I started somewhere in February. Somewhere in February. I've been on DeviantArt so far for a grand total of... You're going to tell me in the About section? 7 years, going on 8 soon. I've been at this for 8 years, technically. Well, not soon. 8 years would be in August. I've been at this for over 8 years. That's a lot. That is a lot of drawings. And granted, not all of them were in the same year, of course. Not like where we're at now. Actually, I could probably just tell you it. Just a little quick detour. Assuming this thing can load. Okay, you're going to take a while to load. I'm just going to go on ahead and do some more shading while I wait for you to load. You're going to load. Oh, close that. Move over to here. Alright, most of this should be simplistic enough. Okay, I'm going to quickly go over to animals real quick. I passed it. There we go. Scroll, damn you. Scroll. And we got... What do you call it? Okay, here we go. So, that's right. We started in 2015. And this is New Year's Cat 8. Wait, 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. 23. Are we going to be hitting 9 years soon? I guess technically, yeah, that makes sense, all things considered. So in 2015, we made 51 drawings. 16, 94. 17, 279. 18, which is the most amount I've ever made, 368. 19 is 138. Also, I'm just going to bring this up just to make sure. Yeah, you can't see it. 19 is 138. 20 is 78. That was one of the lowest in a while. 21 is 112. And 22 is 120. But I think that's primarily because that's when we started doing 10 drawings a month? Question mark? I don't know, but 2023 is going to be also 120, so now it's going to be staying consistent and stagnant. We're making progress. Slowly but surely, we're making progress. But, yeah, it won't be for a long while before we get to certain things. I'm glad that I've got, at the very least, a consistent schedule to follow. Wait a minute, did I forget to shade this? I did, didn't I? And we've been at this so far for almost 2 hours. That makes sense. We are slowly running out of time. It's almost 2 o'clock. Wait, is this one... Well, that one is that, but I don't know if that stayed consistent. I feel like this one should be this, but like 3 instead of 5 or something. Am I going to remember to do that for the others? Who knows? I usually put it at 5. Although nowadays I feel like I should put it at 3. Hard to say, really. Alright, then we've got the belt. It doesn't help that I'm also using the first one, which has changed a whole bunch throughout the course of several iterations of, you know, what do you call it? I've given him more broader shoulders, somewhat so to speak. There is a much large noticeable difference with, you know, his design. There is a difference. It's not that huge, but there is a difference. Right, and then, oh yeah, that. And then that changed from like light purple to black instead. Which I say looks better. These changes occur. And they're fine for occurring. I don't know why I changed it to black though. I forgot what color it was before. I think it was basically this, and this was like a much purpler color. I think most of the colors of the purple here was more dullish. Hard to say, really. Been so long since we've, done the original that my memories of what I've done is very little to none. It's got like a nice protection there. Armor where armor counts. Basically. Oh, wait a minute. Alright, that's still the pelvis, you fool. Got nice striped armor there, keeping it nice and simplistic. There we go. Good, great, fantastic. I'm pretty sure this is also the same. Even if it's not, we haven't drawn much of Shikama's lower body in ages. So this is going to be the canon texture design. Oh, right. And there's this over here. This is a little bit more tricky to get done with because of the way that's set. And now we've got the cloth. There we go. And after this, it's the background. The background probably shouldn't take that long, but we'll see. We'll see. I think I can get some of this done with at a relatively quick pace. If I do the background properly and get all the shapes where they need to be. Now, you're going to move that, aren't you? Of course you are. Yeah, even retconned like the black parts here, the cloth there, to make sure that it's not too noisy. If it's too noisy, it's not going to look as good as it could. We don't want that now, do we? Alright, the legs are separate, so this is easy enough to do. I think this is also cloth. Yeah, the straps are also cloth, so that's the leg one. See, you fool. So I'll go on ahead and get the cloth and the straps done with as well. I don't know what the shoes textures are, but I imagine they too are cloth. yeah, armored heavily, but they do have different designs, both Shikama and Genthru. Genthru is more heavily armored, though. If you've seen him in the giant shoulder pads that he's got, followed by the thigh pads and the elbow and knee pads. Basically, Genthru is kept more consistent in all 4 limbs, while Shikama has different limbs. A nice, stomach protection here, protecting vitally important organs, as well as this here technically also being somewhat armor plating. Have we seen his back yet? I don't recall. At least the entirety of his back. I mean, at least with Genthru and all the other characters in Elementals Reborn, maybe not so much Domadora, but maybe Domadora, because oh yeah, somewhat Domadora. All the characters' backs there are covered by capes. So it's easy for me to hide pretty much most of their bodies via the capes, which is good, because it means that there's less for me to have to worry about in terms of drawing their backs. Always good to have some reduced amount of stuff that I have to get done with. Okay, if I didn't forget anything, which I probably did, I'm going to just do a quick scan over here. The only thing I'm not sure about is this. I feel like what I could do here is shade in the thumb a bit more and shade in the finger a bit more, so it's not too bright. Oh, my back. Alright, let's see. I got the scythe, I got that. I forgot these straps here, of course. I knew I was forgetting something. I don't know why it's so easy to forget certain things, but it is. It is very easy to forget certain things. Okay, we've been at this for an hour and 52 minutes so far. Not bad. Less than 2 hours. Now let me just scroll through all the characters' outfits here to make sure that I haven't missed a single texture bit. Which is a possibility because it's so goddamn easy to miss textures when characters have so many things happening on them. And there's textures there, but it's barely noticeable. Again, black hair makes it harder to see most of the texture. If there's anything I can do, anything at all, it would have to be to try to light this up a bit. Just a little bit, not too much. The nails, all that's been gotten. All this down here has been gotten. All of that there has been gotten. You barely see the texture on the toenails, but that's fine. And then there's you and your hair. I don't think I got this, did I? Yeah, let me do a once-over on this thing here, shall I? There we go. And the scarf. Of course I forgot the scarf. That's why I'm doing it. Alright, so I missed 2 things so far. Hope you're keeping your bets in check. This is not so much of a forget, but more of try to make it a little bit more different color. Not different color, but different shading from that, so, pull that back, boom. You got the bottom bit there, which is where the, comes in. We got a nice little... I don't know why I have that there, in all honesty. Honestly, I think this by itself looks better. Because that's what a chamber is. I don't know what that was just there for decal's sake, but I feel like just having that there like this as a simplistic design is better. Keeping the color relatively the same. This is not a gun reference. This is just one of the guns that he can use. Is he going to use it again? Probably. I didn't save its swatch though, so maybe not. Okay, and then there's Shikama, which I did do a once-over already, but it doesn't hurt to do it again, because there's so many designs in Shikama's body and armor that there's a good chance I'm forgetting something important. Got that. Got that. Got belt. If anything, if there is anything I want to try to get rid of, it would be this, but I don't know about that. I mean, it is what it is, but at the same time, it's just... What would I be able to do to fix that doesn't involve having to delete so many bits and pieces? And it doesn't even delete all of it either. I guess that's fine. I don't know, go to here. Yeah, at least remove some of it, so that's good. And I got all of that. And okay, good, great. So it's been almost 2 hours. The next part is pretty simplistic. They're on a train. As opposed to, the brick wall that we had in Elementals Reborn, these guys are on a train. And this train is, simple. Simple enough, I like to think. But we're going to just try to get the this done with quickly. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Well, let's bring this up a little bit more, bring the bar higher. Doesn't have to stay exact. It could be a little bit lopsided. We don't need to have perfect parallel patterns here. That probably doesn't need to be that big, but I don't even know why I did this. I could have just done a square. I could have done the square. It would have worked just fine. Ugh, shish, man. I'm so exhausted. And with all this heat and work just being a pain in the ass, eesh. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I'm so exhausted. But I have to prevail. I have to keep doing. I have to keep creating. I cannot just stop. I don't know the first thing when it comes to stopping. Push through the pain the best you can, but also make sure to take breaks every now and again, because there's also health risks too if you don't take the breaks. But also don't take too many breaks, because then you're procrastinating. I know it's not easy for you guys to do it, some of you at least. Me, on the other hand, I'm here keeping up a consistent schedule like it's my goddamn job, but it's not. But it kind of is, because I kind of want to work towards making it my job. Somewhat, so to speak. I wouldn't say exactly this. Animation wouldn't be something I want to do, but more so just cover and writing. Cover art and writing. I feel like this would be more like that, right? Probably. This is a weird train chair setup, though. If I'm going to have like a back end there. I don't know where I want to put a back end here. This one barely even needs it. All it really needs is like this, and then boom. Just make sure that's where it needs to be in the grand scheme of things. Move this over here. Or maybe do this instead. But these sheets are too small then if we do that. So I'll adjust them and make them bigger. Here I am, screwing up perspective. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? Oh, I guess you were never needed then. I probably should bring this up, actually, now that I think about it. Probably, most likely. At least give it a nice cushion look. There we go. Awesome. Great. fantastic. And now we continue the rest of the chairs here. Make sure it's in order, somewhat, so to speak. Right here. No, right here. Then, of course, the seat probably should be a bit more back, shouldn't it? Yeah, let me adjust that a little bit. There we go. All right, good, great. Now I can bring this up to where it needs to be. I mean, let's see. People put their well, it depends. Tina fits just fine on the seats. Shashi might, but I don't know where her knees begin and end. Weird way to say that, but okay. I could probably just do this, but make this one go in more like so. Oops. And then there is going to be this chair over here. Don't know what I want to do with these here. Probably another chair over here, most likely. Bring that chair over here. Oops, bring that over here. And then we just move this over here. Like so. And now... Alright, let's see. So the real question is, should there be a cushion back, or should this not go any further? Hard to say, really. Not sure what... Oh! There's something I could talk about. Did you hear about that Reddit blackout? A lot of websites are going black in terms of shutting down private mode. I don't know how effective that's going to be because they're changing it to like 48 hours. If the company is greedy enough and they know that it's only going to be 48 hours, they're probably going to be like, yeah, we can sacrifice a few hundreds or thousands here. Hell, it'll save us more money because we're not having to run all this stuff fully. It probably would be like that. And the ones that do run, well, it really depends. It's not like they're making a crap ton of money out of that. I hope it works, though, for them, so that, their API stuff does its thing. I don't use the API, though. I don't even use the app. I just go on the website, and it works fine for me. But yes, all that's been going down, all because of greed again. What is with companies and greed as of late? Even more so than it has been in the past, greed seems to be even more destructive towards the companies out there who are just so adamantly trying to get as much money as they can. It doesn't make any sense why they're so hell-bent on doing that. It's tiring, though. It is indeed very tiring. I wonder if it's still going down, because I don't know when it started. It's June 14th right now. I'm going to look at one of the subs that went private. Yep, still private. I don't know how long it's going to last. They might extend it. Who knows? Why exactly did they say 48 hours, though? I don't know. I don't know why they chose 48 hours of all the time frames to use. Like, I feel like they could have probably went a little bit longer. And it's not like I really have that much that I need to do there on Reddit anyways. Usually just peruse it while I'm at work when I have nothing else to do. Try to get the time to slowly go by? I don't know. Whenever you're on break, time goes by faster than it should be, but when you're out there in the goddamn bullshit, it takes so goddamn long. So, yeah, it's a little tedious having to go through the entirety of the work, but the breaks are so short. And they try to make them even shorter. Trying to enforce that even shorter nonsense. But it's not like they're out there walking around, breaking their backs, straining their backs. It's tiring. And without a sufficient break, it's just not going to be good for anybody, really. These people in charge of things need to see that. That goes to every other company out there. They need to see that breaks are important, right, Kat? And if they don't, well, not a lot of people are going to be happy, and they're most likely going to collapse. Not big enough break means not healthy employees. And they've been having so many people on 12 Saturdays and Sundays as of late. That's also tiring. Sucks, really. Okay, now I gotta try to find a swatch that doesn't have any dark colors. Oh, Kiahana. Perfect, I think. Yeah, basic white. Kiahana had, like, more platinum hair. Okay. Great. Awesome. I'm going to focus on the interior. I'm going to do something out there once I'm done. So now we're on the last stretch. Somewhat, so to speak. Well, that one wasn't needed to be cracked. It was just this one that needed to be cracked. Alright, I don't know what the hell I want to call this. Armrest? Sure. Armrest. I think that can stay there, and this will be behind it. I think. Or maybe. No, that's going to be above it. Or is it? I don't freaking know, man. I'm tired. Are you tired, cat? Yeah, you're sleeping right now. Well, I'm going to poke you. That's right, Momo. I woke you up. What you going to do? Roll around? Now you're going to just look at me. Oh, now she's got her claw on my arm. Stop it. Stop. 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 The old cat. I'll pick you up. Don't think I will. I got your foot. That's right. And she just rolls over. Ugh. God damn. Soaked shirts feel nice, but man, do they droop more than the other shirts that I have. I don't know why. God damn it, cat. Stop clawing my shirt. Stop clawing my skin. Stop it. I feel like this one should be more. I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to hold you. You want me to hold you? Also, that's not what I want. I want a chair. I'm going to do it, cat, if you don't stop. There she goes. Should that one be different? Nah, it should be different. I will use that for the cushions, but this one should be different. There we go. Chair 1A. I'm sure I'll have more than enough time to get this posted, but I don't know what else I plan on doing after I do this. After I get this posted and do all the things I need to do. I'm uncertain. I feel like this and the other one can be in the same area. Primarily because that's behind that. So now I can just continue doing the chair route, chair 1 route. Oh, should that one be different as well? Unless we want the back end to be like that, have a cushion on the top. Yeah, that'd work. Oh, let me save this. I will save this though, because I might use this if I do a train scene. If I do a train scene again for something. I don't know when or how or where I would use a train scene again, but I have the option with the colors in my hands, the color swatch. Do I need a train scene? Am I going to have a train scene? Probably not. Probably yes. Or what's the opposite of not? What's the opposite of not, Cat? I'm not going to look it up. I was thinking about it, but now I was like, nah, I don't want to waste any more time. What is the opposite of not, actually? Also, I feel like this one should be darker and probably more tanner. Or maybe not tan, maybe a teal. What is the opposite of not? What was he cooking? I can't imagine those being anything other than like somebody who puts in way too much infliction on the way they ask the question. Did he know? Or does he know? He knew. He doesn't know. I don't know if that was what I was thinking about beforehand, but let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook, Turner. Let him cook. Man, I really wish I could get to a point where I can draw survival on Dimmadome Island. Or at the very least draw the quote-unquote game cover of it, because there's no way I'm going to be able to make that game. Even if I can develop enough skills to perfectly recreate it, to perfectly recreate not only Turner's voice, but the computer's voice from Courage the Cowardly Dog to, be the Miriam computer voice thingy. And Doug Dimmadome's voice, and even Duke Nukem's voice. Even if I could perfect that, there is no way in hell I would be able to not sell it, not even sell it, not even... There's no way I'd be even able to let that game out for free if it was like a freaking giant stealth game with lots of boss fights, an open world area with some platforms and an island on Dimmadome in the side of a Dimmadome. It's a very... in the concept department, it sounds like a cool game, but the underlying things in that game are so taboo, but it's dark and taboo, but it also wraps around to the dark humor, hilarious, but also creepy when you really think about it. There is a hell of a lot more to it that I can't really explain right here, right now. I believe I even have... I don't even really want to check because of the pain in the ass to go through. Yeah, there's an entire area. There's like, what? Zone 0 being like... What was it? What do you call it, zone? -1 being an extra zone. There's like at least a grand total of 10 zones? Jeez, 10 zones. I didn't realize there was actually 10 zones. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, technically 11. Yeah, technically 11, because that's the secret boss, the secret zone / boss fight. Because the idea of this was that the game starts with Crocker getting Timmy Turner's fairies and becoming what is essentially a Time Lord, and he succeeds and brings Timmy Turner through a portal to, this room with Duke Nukem, which is essentially Duke Nukem's body and Doug Dimmadome's head. And this Dimmadome duplicate, or at least this case crossbreed, is different. And he wants nothing more but to use Turner as a distraction to distract all the other Dimmadomes. That's right, there's like hundreds of Dimmadome duplicates, each with interesting and unique outfits. And it's basically you're stealthing through, avoiding all the Dimmadomes. I think you're collecting some experience orbs around the area to try to, upgrade Turner a bit. And it's also counting towards, the 100% progress. And all in all, once you've 100%ed the game, which is a pain in the ass, because Turner is a one-shot. So there's no health, he is a one-shot. And all the death animations there are some that are funny, there are some that are just plain downright creepy. And I wouldn't even call it death, so to speak, but you might as well be dead with what the hell happened there, and it is just not, it is one of those kinds of games where it's it is a horror game. Not so much in the sense of traditional horrors, no, it is a different level of a horror game. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that right now. Maybe one day I'll draw the survival on Dimmadome Island and give you all the details on it. But just know that Survival on Dimmadome Island is a game that I'm never going to be able to make, not because I can't. I'm sure I could if I develop enough skills through making games throughout the course of a few years, or hopefully not a few years. Hopefully I can get to making it soon enough. But because of the concept and the implications and some of the slightly less subtle implications that occur in the later bits of the game, because obviously if you're not having it with this game, you're probably not going to get to the later bits of implication, and you'll probably be like, boy, I'm glad I dropped this game, even though it's a pretty cool game. Pretty cool. Nice stealth. Stealth is actually pretty good, which I hope I can actually do. This is the wrong thing. I don't even have this selected. This is the wrong thing. But yes, I would never be able to get that game made, period. Primarily because there's no way the creators would allow me to do that. Or even if they were to try to allow me to do that, they would probably be like, we could do this, but let's remove these very creepy scenes that doesn't make any sense. And I'd be like, bro, they have to be there. It's the horror. That's the horror. The entirety of this is a horror aspect. You don't want to get caught. You want to avoid them as much as possible, because if you get caught, you're going to be scarred for life as well as Turner. You don't want what they're cooking. I got the wrong damn thing again. Why do I keep grabbing the wrong damn thing? But yeah, no, there's no way that would ever get made. Even if... hold on. Whoops. Far background. Even if I get permission, it probably would never ever get made even after that. Because let's be honest with ourselves here. It probably wouldn't. I mean, even though I don't know we'll see. If Fairly Odd Parents enters public domain, which, okay, when will, Fairly, okay, why are you telling me that it doesn't? When will Fairly Odd Parents be public domain? Wait, what are you telling? Hold on. What do you mean their copyright has expired? Huh? Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm an adult. Piss off. Is this in public domain? Again, it's unlikely that I'll be able to make it right now. But is this in public domain? There's no way. No, there's no way. This is a fandom site. There's no way. And it's not showing me anything here. Not showing me anything here at all. Nah, it aired in 2006. Or, no. I don't know. Actually, yeah, when did come out? 2001. Alright, so how long until public domain? 70 years! So yeah, never. Unless we can get an alternate universe where the game was made and we get to experience it in all of its scary stealth and boss fight and sometimes platforming goodness. You're never going to play the game. Just like how we're never going to be able to play that Cartomath Q thing, the one with Carter going, dancing, walking, rearranging furniture. Babs is shopping. I let the bird out of the cage. Because there's a very funny thing I have in mind for that. I'm going to go on ahead and just do a train. There we go. It's a funny drawing idea where it's basically just a game art cover of, Carter and the entirety of that skit. I don't know why I had the idea of drawing that. Will I be able to ever draw it? Oh, I don't know, man. Probably. Do I not have this thing saved anywhere? Probably not. Yeah, it doesn't look like I do. Alright, that's fine. I'll just go ahead and put all this in. My throat. Stop picking up your food. What is wrong with you? Don't give me that look. Stop picking up your food. Just because I can eat with my hands doesn't mean you should. I'm going to grab that hand of yours. You try that again. Eat with your food. Eat with your face, not your mouth. Eat with your face, not your hands. Stop with the hands. Stop with the hands. Mouth. Mouth, no hands. You don't understand what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm trying to do poor sign language to a cat that doesn't even understand what that means. Doesn't even understand the concept of me pointing at my hands, trying to replicate your, hand, paw thingy, whatever. Isn't that right, cat? Oh, now you start eating with your... No, now you're just picking it out with your mouth and... Cat, why do you do this? Why do you have to do this? Oh, yeah, that's right. I already had a planet here. Perfect. Wait, when did I draw a planet? That wasn't in the second episode. What? It was in the second episode. There is a giant planet in the background. That's not the moon nor the sun. That's a planet. God damn it. Space. And there's space. Which I'm not entirely too sure. Wait, where's space? There's space. This might be slightly different because I might have this sky here be red-ish. Does John's eyes look further apart than it needs to be? God, what is with the... Okay, hold on. I gotta fix that as well. God damn it, the eyes! Why are the eyes doing this? Why are the eyes doing this? It's fine. Again, it's another easy fix. Okay, so at the very least, it's not just Japanese, it's also John. It's also one of the Americans. Wait a minute. I knew it. I knew it. Hold on. Do that. I don't think that's just... There. Man. Is it just me? Or does that man guy from Fairy Tale, that guy who does perfume stuff and whatnot, does he remind you of George Lopez if he had that hairstyle? Something about his facial features remind me of George Lopez for some reason. He has very masculine facial features that just reminds me of the Lopez. I don't know why. I don't understand why. But I feel like I could very easily do a funny fan art drawing of Man, or whatever his name was, with George Lopez's hair and probably even whatever suit he wears on occasions. Whatever suit, doesn't matter what, something to make him look like George Lopez, but given the same facial figure of the Man guy. I don't know why. I don't know why he reminds me of, a more flamboyant anime George Lopez. I'm sure. You know how funny it would be if George Lopez was like somehow listening in on this, and you're like, well, why don't I try cosplaying that? And he gets like a wig and like fake eyebrows to match, and then he just like shaves off his beard and just gets the same outfit. Oh, I don't know whoever has contact with George Lopez, get him to cosplay as that Man, because it's going to be so hilarious. And you're going to see it. You're going to see just how much he almost looks like George Lopez. Doesn't have the same mannerism, obviously. Doesn't have the same Wacha personality, obviously, because he kind of got his ass handed to him, if you've seen the arc. Oh, and if you've seen the arc. I'm not going to spoil too much, but spoilers just in case you get what I'm putting down, but you don't understand. POV, you've just taken your schizophrenia medicine. Oh, Christ. So yeah, outside of Man, there's some pretty goddamn messed up mental nonsense that happened just, it was yesterday, I think it was. Poor girl. So spoilers, apparently the guild out of which that Wendy was in was just basically ghosts. They were all not even ghosts. It was one ghost who decided, you know what, I'm going to bring back my dead people, at the very least in apparition forms, to make it look like this is a guild or something. I don't know. Something. Or another. And then that's it. He just gone. He couldn't just change his resolve and be like, you know what? We could keep this. God, that would still be mentally messed up. It's like at that point you've already screwed up. If you keep it going any further, then you're just gonna break her worldview even more. Like she lost somebody to the police or whatever the hell those guys, army guys are, who isn't even actually that person. Who we still don't know what the hell's going on with Mystigan, who for some reason in the current episode that we're on right now, saw her but didn't do anything to greet. It's just like, yep, nope, not gonna touch up on that. Gonna hold off on that for like maybe another few arcs or so. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna milk this for another few arcs. Will they, won't they kind of scenario, except it's more of a will they see each other and actually like reunite in friendliness or what? I don't know. Hard to say. Nobody knows, really. Nobody knows at all. But yes, that was pretty saddening and messed up. God, just seeing everybody disappear. You're already in a very tizzy. At least now you're in another guild, this time with real people. But God, could you imagine if freaking Thanos somehow managed to come in and Thanos snapped everybody and just initiated the PTSD of this poor child. But then again, Thanos would probably get his ass handed to him and then everything would be right in the world and then it would just be momentary PTSD and sadness. But it would still be pretty traumatizing. Having to relive the same thing except it's half. In all honesty, I'm pretty sure he would just get his ass kicked. By the laws of anime logic, Thanos would get destroyed pretty much in a few episodes. Well, He would get destroyed in a few episodes, come back overpowered, and in the next few episodes get destroyed again. And completely destroyed this time. Honestly, I feel like if you're somebody who has like a soul that's unaffected by those particular kinds of powers, so like you can't have your soul be stolen, it's impossible. You can't have your body deatomized, it's impossible. Nothing Thanos can do to beat you because your soul is literally unable to be taken by the stone, or if that's how that works, I don't know how that works, I'm talking out my ass, or disintegrated into nothingness. Because you have unlocked advanced soul power. And because you have advanced soul power, means that you're essentially just immune to a lot of things that would bind you. It's why there are most entities that would be almost impossible to fully kill. Because if you kill their physical bodies, their souls will just wander around for a little bit and gain enough power to create a new one, a la the mysterious entity. That of which it is trying to do by trying to get more power. And then, of course, there are those who are, whose souls have somehow managed to get to a point where they cannot be bound. Which I guess in this case is Cain Raitaningu, as well as Captain Mavis, this pirate lady that I have not done anything with in a long-ass time. Like, when was the last one? Outside of, talking too much. Outside of this, what do you call it? Can I even find it? Here it is. Captain Mavis has this cursed power that essentially makes it so that she cannot die, but she can't kill anybody else. In terms of that, she also gains immense power, which I guess technically, to get the same power as the mysterious entity, which is incredibly high. But in terms, she can't kill anybody, and she can't die herself, which leads to situations like this. An old drawing, album 25. Very old. Very... As you can see, our skills and anatomies improved since then. I think I should probably do another drawing of her again. But yeah, she bodied Beerus, and now we also got Cain Raitaningu, who destroyed the ever-living shit out of All For One. See? Massive improvement. Huge improvement. Don't have the blood splatters yet, though, because that was before I learned that. Yeah, out of context, that sounds pretty gruesome, don't it? But, yeah, we've improved. And I can't wait to do the same thing to Chizuki. I don't know when the hell I'm going to draw the episodes, but I'm going to have Luna saving Eri. It's going to be wholesome and cute instead of the naughtiness that she has been doing with most of the adult heroes. And I say most because we're slowly but surely going through the timelines. So a lot of them haven't been touched yet. And then we'll have Cain Raitaningu. I don't know what he's going to do exactly. I just know that Chizuki's going to be a bloody mess. Yes, sirree. I don't know how much a timeline there would get messed up. It's a good question. How messed up would the timeline be? Would it still relatively be the same? Would there just be some instances that are like slightly different? But all of it still generally goes down the same route somehow? Probably. It's hard to say, really. I feel like these windows could probably be slightly less darker. And we got this planet over here. But yeah, those two characters, invincible basically. And Luna's kind of in the same boat due to the fact that she has gotten to a point where her soul can transfer between... Not even transfer. Literally, her soul is broken up into several different pieces, allowing for her to essentially just be wherever she wants. She can physically do anything she wants, and nothing really stops her. So you can't exactly touch her, but she can still touch you. In Raitaningu, you can still touch him, but good luck actually doing any damage to him, Because he has the power of all the electricity in all the universes he's explored. He's gone it. He's been it. What are you looking at, Cat? Is there an insect flying around? There was once a moth in here. I think I killed it. I couldn't find its corpse, but I couldn't find it either. So I have to assume that I killed it. Anyways, yeah. I got myself an interesting ensemble of characters. Not all of them were invincible, though. Portrait characters, obviously. These characters, obviously, but they do have plot armor to keep them alive throughout the series. Heavenly Deadland? Well, we have our first death, crying out loud. We have our first death there, or deaths, I should say. A lot of characters died, some without names and some with names. You see a ghost? There's nothing there at your corner. You're not gonna meow, you're just gonna nudge. You're not even gonna try to replicate it, Cat. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. We'll just move along then. I'm tired and we're getting close to done with the background. I'm just wondering if I should do some more with this, put in some little bits and pieces of background decals and whatnot. Maybe have some episodes of Nova Guardians just plastered in some of the areas or something. That kind of, what you call it. Oh yeah, the character's not being invincible. Oh, and a while ago when I was talking about the Elementals Reborn and the whole sparring and see who would win kind of deal, I feel like co-op wise, Gwyneth and Natsu would be the perfect combination because she could infinitely power him up with fire, and it would just basically an overload of fire. But I feel like if those two were to ever get into a fight, they would not be able to do anything to harm each other. Gwyneth's all for brawl, and she's ready and raring to dodge and cast spells. She does have some physical spells. Amber Whip doubles as both flame and a physical spell. It's just that probably it's gonna hurt but also help Natsu. I feel like in the end, the only way that they would be able to beat each other is this. Gwyneth takes him up on a flight, because, the whole motion sickness thing. I mean, at the very least, she would probably ask somebody for a hint, and Natsu would do the same, but not until later. Because I feel like Natsu wouldn't need a hint, because all he'd have to do is just go in with physical attacks. But Gwyneth's a bit too fast and agile, like a cat or a fox, depending on what you want to see it. The dragon and the fox. I do kind of like Gwyneth's analogy being the fox. That is a nice, as opposed to... Was there any other... Because there was dragon, I don't know if there was anything else. But yeah, Gwyneth as the fox. I feel like it would be Gray or Happy to reveal that weakness. And Gwyneth just goes around and freaking makes him go motion sickness. And then he asks for help, and Ariella teases with the fact that Gwyneth is deathly ticklish. And he did that before with Urza in the series, and this one is more tactical. But then they would all fall down. But because Gwyneth is, able to use magic-based stuff, she could probably nullify the falling. None of them has gotten to a point where they fall yet, but I feel like there's definitely some spells they can use to to negate the fall damage, or at least slowly fall, or maybe use her dress to glide. I guess that would make sense, using your dress to glide. And also, most of the magic people can utilize their abilities to fly. Zephyr Wind can fly. Zephyr Gravity can fly. Zephyr Electric, they probably could fly. But I feel like it's more so just them moving faster than lightning itself. Maybe not faster than lightning itself, depending on how well they were able to utilize their abilities. But then there's stuff like Nature, Flora, and Poison, who probably doesn't really have the ability to fly because, again, they're more grounded. Obviously. Then there's Water, Steam, and... Well, it depends. You could probably use water jet streams to kind of hover or something. Or bubbles. Bubbles that float in the air. Technically, yeah, Ariella has used that once before with her bubbles to be able to kind of gently float and protect. I feel like that would be probably what would happen. In lieu of fairy tale and joke fights, Gwyneth would probably win just by the fact that they exploited their weaknesses while they're high up in the air and Nacho just face plants. He's fine, don't worry. He's fine, he's okay, but man, is it embarrassing. And another funny thing is, Ariella would definitely just constantly flirt with Urza, and Urza would just constantly punch her straight in the gut multiple times. Like what she did with Loki when he flirted with her, but unlike Loki, Ariella does not quit. She will continue to try to seduce the tough lady until her stomach is literally liquids. But it's fine because she can heal it up. But everybody would just be pretty impressed with Ariella's persistence, but also kind of weirded out with her persistence. Also, I don't know. I don't think we have any, So as of yet, I don't think we've had any, same-sex instances happening here. Not yet, at least. We might at some point, who knows? No, that's the window. Take me to the planet. We'll see at some point. Oh, there is probably one more thing I should do with the planet here, the stars. No, don't do that. Delete the stars behind the planet, and now we'll make the planet 70%? That's the star, you fools. 70% of the planet. Well, 2/3 of the planet is water. 2/3 of the planet is water? This guy's alright. Have a nice, Wait, no, the sun would be in this direction. What am I doing? This is what you would see with the planets, right? And also probably should make it 20 instead, so it's like, you could still somewhat see it, but it's not like that, noticeable. You know what I mean? I'm sure you know what I mean. And maybe 50. Honestly, those are really the only two, similarities I can think of for a potential fairy tale and Elementals Reborn crossover. Okay, I think most of this is fine. With Black Clover, which was the first crossover idea that I have in mind, we got basically Ariella teaming up with Noelle. Maybe get through teaming up with Gordon because of Nature Poison? Was there an Earth user in Black Bowls? I don't remember. But aside from that, there's Domadora with the lightning guy, whose name I can't remember. And Gwyneth with Magna? What's his name? Can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen this series, and I can only remember the characters that I've liked the most. Noelle, Secker, or Nero, Mimosa, Asta, Yami, can't forget about his name. No, I haven't even gotten all this stuff done with. Charlotte, Fragile, even though she's not a main character importance or whatever, I know her name. I know her name well. It's a shame that there wasn't too much with her, in all honesty. Soul, Dorothy, definitely. Jack the Ripper! I think his name was just Jack, right? Oh my god! You were Jack the Ripper! Yep. Jack the Ripper. Can't forget about Vanessa, Gray, and Charmy. Charmy in her human form, definitely. Dwarf form's just adorable, but the human form, now that's where it's at. It's also strange that she doesn't have full control over it and doesn't even realize it. But that's probably a good thing, because if she realizes it, oh boy, you piss her off, she will go apeshit on you. Yeah. Yes, sirree. But yeah, that's basically what I had in mind. With all four of them essentially getting along well with Asta, of course. But all of them having their own instance with the group. Can't remember who... There was somebody who used some kind of earth, right? Let's see, Vanessa used, like, threads, Ghost used mirrors, Gray was duplication. Gordon was poison. That would be the closest thing we would have. There was another earth user. Soul's an earth user, but I don't think she's the one I was thinking of, and I don't think she would probably be a good fit for Genthru. Although Genthru is asexual, so he would be probably the only person that Soul would probably eventually end up like respecting and actually liking on the same level as the Wizard King. Primarily because Genthru doesn't have those same like desires that everybody else has. What do these guys have? I don't know. First off, I think she's either heterosexual or bi-curious. But more so leaning towards heterosexual. Most likely. I think most of these guys are just hetero. Primarily because Nova Guardians isn't entirely a series made for fan service. Yeah, there's tiny bits of fan service, but not in the same vein as Elementals Reborn. These characters are different. They don't have that same fan service as Elementals Reborn has had, like, at least on a few episodes. Episode 2 with Ariella getting naked in front of Gwyneth and also teasing her feet with Mother Mine's ginormous milkers. We even got the one for those who like the guys with Father Mine's who knows how big dong and Ruben and Beatrice's bodies in terms of, flat chest and bold abs or some shish. A lot of fan service in that episode. Then, of course, followed by, Episode 6, where we got Ariella trying to do a little tease with Domadora tied up in that tree, but nothing occurred there. Then, of course, there's Ariella doing a 5-hour CPR, which is she more than likely probably did it in like 5 minutes, but told the nurse lady to say 5 just to like make Gwyneth think, essentially. Jeez, it's been like almost 3 hours already. Damn. Everything still seems like it's recording properly, which is good. I feel as though... Hold on. Let me go back to the train real quick. I have something in mind with the window that I want to try. Did I forget to save the fucking window from... It's fine. It's fine. I'll just do this. How do I always keep imagining to do the stupid? Okay, I could just do this instead, because then I could just do this. Wait, also, let me just check something for a second. Okay, I just need to make sure that simulate pressure wasn't on. Overlay? Overlay, maybe. I feel like I could definitely probably try to blur this. A little bit. Not by much, just a little. We're at like 10% strength, so it doesn't look like we did much to it, did it? But it's fine. This looks blurred, correct? Alright, I'm saving this Windows. number 3. I'm gonna have to freaking do something with number 2, unless I do this and I do this. Which one are you grabbing? Okay, then that's that then. Windows number 2. How does that look similar to that almost? No, that one's darker. This one's slightly brighter. Okay, it's not similar. But it seems like it. Well, it doesn't really matter because it's not supposed to be opaque. It's supposed to be transparent. What about vivid lighting? Nah, I like this one better. Have I forgotten anything here? I would say the only other thing I could probably add to this is like make the chairs a little bit more rugged. Not like too much. Not all the chairs are perfect. They got like crinks and racks and cracks or whatever. I got that bit. Now I'm going to go for this bit. Go to the back chairs. Get some more cracks in. Just again, just in case. Then no. Then we're going to go over to here with this. Have some of these a little bit. Wait. Alright, you're on your own, aren't you? I can barely tell because of how small this is, but it's supposed to be little bits and pieces of cracks there or whatnot. I could probably also do something with this in the background to have like a nice little stain-esque. Who's been sweating back here, eh? Or maybe it's just rust. Could be rust. Depends on how old these trains are. If the Novagorians is cheap and stingy as they have been, at least the higher-ups, I should say, and then, yeah, it makes sense. The entirety of this train would just look like a train wreck, literally, from the inside and the out. Got a nice little door over here. So I feel like this should probably be slightly different, but it's hard to say. Alright, good. They're all on the train. Weapons out. Or at least some of the weapons out. Yoshishi barely has her weapon out, even though she has her weapon out in the show. Or the book. Or the novel. I don't know what the hell you want to call it. Good question. Good question. I guess... here we are. V. There we go. Way close. Sure, why not? Well, let me just go all the way down to the wall. Or ceiling. I should call that one wall. Poster. Shrink. Not that much. I can't grab it. Shrink. And now to make this go into this. It's not like true to universe. Oh, wait, no. Like 30 or something. Or 40. Not true to universe, and that's fine. Okay, 50. Poster is, cracked up. What do you call it? Cracked up, slightly burnt. There's probably going to be a bunch more other posters and stuff on the side. And you get to see characters like Vanessa and Kihana in the back as well. Darken it a little bit. Might just be a poster 1. I wonder... that is a good question. I wonder if I could take some random brightly colored drawing. I don't know. I'd say maybe I could do that, but probably not. Maybe I could, maybe I can't. Maybe I'll just put episode 4 up here instead. And put that somewhere. Where? No clue. But it's fine. Same size. Off in like this direction where you get to see a little bit. Turn it a bit. That's another poster 1B. Where we get to see it. Well, maybe move it inward so we can see Bradford a little bit more. Okay, maybe do that after or before we do the erase. Bits and pieces get deleted again. Go to shadow, burn the edge, or highlight. I think highlight might burn the edge more. Then go to shadow and burn the edge. That is not what I wanted to grab, you fool. Here we go. And I can get some poster bits here of just some regular old squares. Square. Square. Another square. Probably like this or so. I don't even need to save most of this. That one will be gray. This one will be not gray, but whiter. This one will be more orange. We will do some of this. I'll put some textures in to make it look like there's some words and whatnot. Get out of that so I don't see that. Get rid of some of this slightly destroyed and disheveled poster bits and whatnot. Probably even put another poster back here just because. A little bit's broken there, a little bit's broken there. That's the wrong one. What good text use? 50 of this? That's too much. I would say maybe I can use one of the electricity bits, condense it. But which one? This one? Maybe. Spacing lessened, scattered lessen, maybe more spacing actually. And less of that. Less spacing. Well, it depends. I guess I could probably rotate. Nah, it's doing other things. Okay, let me see. Bits and pieces of words, jumbled up, looks Japanese-esque maybe. Wouldn't really make any sense since Nova Guardians is mostly American-made with like other ethnicities coming in combined and whatnot, but it's fine. Whoa, 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 whoa! Too much, too much. Too much of the things that we don't need. And we get like a nice texture to go along with most of these posters. Then I can go ahead and grab one from episode 3. Put that in, get rid of. Poster 1D. Shrink. Never mind, I can't shrink it like that. I gotta do this. Shrink. Shrink further. And we just see Darwin's face in the back. But behind posters, and with a large majority of the bottom here ripped off and deleted. I feel like this is probably something I should have done with Gwyneth and Friends, but it's fine. It's fine. Get rid of most of the sides here so that the characters' faces are torn off at most of the ends here. Just see Darvin's face in the background, assuming that was his name. I can't remember his name for some freaking reason. I don't know why. I think it was Darvin. I don't think it was Duvall. I don't think it was anything like that. Was your name Darvin? Yes. Good. Darvin, Bradford, the main villains of most of the Nova Guardians series. And you can even see the Nova Guardian name in the background. Interesting, right? Probably something I really should have done with Gwyneth and Friends. Because that does look kind of cool, seeing most of this stuff in the back here. Let's make the walls here a little bit more, decrepit, even though it's not a decrepit train. It just feels like it is. Alright, now for the last bit. The shadow and effects. Man, things are lagging. How are we doing in Task Manager right now? Everything is relatively normal. Just having a hard time trying to run OBS and Photoshop without a tiny bit of lag. It's fine. We're almost done anyways. I'm going to go switch over to the fog. I'm going to save the train swatch just in case I forgot to save it. Because I probably forgot to save it, didn't I? Alright, replace. Go back to the utilities. And go to the fog. Even though there's not going to be a lot. I mean, there might be a lot of fog, at least for most of the background, because it's more of there's more of a background here than there is in Elementals Reborn with the rocks and the pillars. I guess I'm starting with Shikama first. Yeah, it seems like Shikama's design has gotten more purple, but I think it was mostly, the dark blue because of the way the effects were in the first episode, because as you can see here, it is still somewhat purple, but it wasn't as vivid as it is now. Which I guess it's fine, it's not that big a deal. But everybody here has like a purple appearance, purple-esque appearance. We got the dark colored with purples, and we got the bright red with pinks and some other shades of colors. I mean, she's wearing, normal, but she's wearing an outfit. She's wearing robes with the sandals. He's wearing armor with, sweatshirt and sweatpants. And he's just wearing full-on armor, full body, and whatnot. As opposed to what we've got in Elementals Reborn with royal robes. 2 different variations, golden armor, and half naked with only pants, drapes, and a few other accessories. Yep. I honestly can't help but compare it to Elementals Reborn sometimes because, 4 characters. Although, granted, Nova Guardians has way more characters with Vanessa, Kihana, and like a whole bunch of like dialogues and groups. I'd say Elementals Reborn is more so just the group going around meeting new people and adding in more characters to the the series. Whereas Nova Guardians stays kind of relatively where it's at in the one area. I mean, Elementals Reborn does have a nice big map to look at, and it's already been updated twice, with Pine Quill Village and Faith Dawn Village. So, Elementals Reborn has been, on a much more better streak than Nova Guardians is. At the very least, allowing for me to basically just do the things out of which that I need to do, all that stuff. But yeah. So, news and what's... We're getting close to done, which is good. I didn't think we would get this... I really didn't think I would get this done with today, compared to how long it took to get Elementals Reborn's characters made. And there isn't really much in the way of magical effects here. It's just normal characters. Sure, they have some interesting things, like, with Sara's weird electric blades, but that uses mostly electricity to try to, like, mimic it flying through the air. How is it doing that scientifically exactly? I don't know, and I thought I was going to make a cracking noise to pull a Johnny on you. I had a funny thought today with that one scene with, Ed and Eddie with Johnny cracking his knuckles and saying why all the time. It's just like Sarah's getting annoyed at Johnny, and Johnny's like, why? Because I said so. Why? Because you're being annoying. Why? Because fuck you. It'd be funny if there was like a YouTube poop where she just tells Johnny to fuck off because he just won't stop saying why. That's just hilarious to me. Had me laughing to myself a little bit. Yep. And that cat's asleep. Why do you keep sleeping? I know it's like 3:17 a.m., but why are you sleeping? Stop sleeping. Ain't. What you mad look for? Oh. And she whirred and turned her head upside down. What's wrong, Moo? You can't get comfortable? It's too bright. Well, I have to have lights on, cat, so that people can see my face, even though you technically don't need to see my face. Technically, I don't even have to be here. I don't really need to be here, but yet I choose to be here. It's been like this for a year, and I do not want to change it. Unlike Dream, I don't need to do a face reveal. Because I couldn't care less what people think about me. I've been dealing with ridicule for so much of my life that I've gotten to a point where I just don't give a damn. Maybe he should do that too. People are going to give you shit no matter what you do with the amount of fame that you got. So why don't you just ignore them? Easy to do, really. Don't care about what they say about you. Simple as that. You're always going to get people hating on you for something or another. You can't please everybody. Everybody sees somebody and they're like, man, I have to hate them. I just can't. It's a nerve in my body that if I don't do it, I will explode. Like it's like a build-up. It's like magical build-up where if they don't hate on somebody for something or another, they'll explode into dust. It's the only explanation I can think of why there are some people that just hate some people for some reason or another, and I just don't understand why exactly. Some don't have a reason. Some reason is because they find the person annoying, which I can understand. Depending on what they're like, depending on how they talk, depending on their personalities, I can understand why you'd be annoyed with them. But that really shouldn't be a reason to hate somebody for it, is it? I don't think so, at least. But then again, I don't care enough to go out there and leaving hateful comments. I do my own thing. You leave hateful comments, you basically just open yourself up to hateful comments. Right? So that's a trick. You don't want hateful comments, don't leave hateful comments. But if you're looking for hateful comments, then leave a hateful comment. And that's basically how that works. It only works if you leave a hateful comment on somebody you know is going to respond negatively towards your hateful comment. So I guess that would make sense why a lot of people are on Dream's ass about the face reveal. Because he allowed for the hateful comments to get to him. Me, personally, I couldn't really care about the guy. I don't really watch him. He'd do whatever. Does whatever he wants, I guess. Within reason. Obviously. I mean, hell, there are people out there who hate Mr. Beast for some reason for helping people. I got an idea. Half and half. Goddamn chair. So I guess in all actuality, it kind of makes sense. People hate Mr. Beast for doing good things. Of course they're going to hate Dreams for doing... I don't know exactly. Why do they hate him again? It's been a while. I vaguely remember reading something up about the reason why they hate him. Or some of them hates them. But I can't remember what it was. God damn it, McAfee! I hate McAfee! I will leave a hateful comment for McAfee. Get the fuck out of here. I don't care. Your stupid pop-up, block-up needs to block... There has to be some way to just internally block McAfee from ever doing anything ever again. I haven't activated you for almost 3 years now. What makes you think I'm going to activate you all of a sudden? I'm not even the one that freaking do any of that. Why? No, I don't want orange lighting number 1. I want orange lighting number 2. They got nice light bits up here from like the train lights lighting up most of the area here. Lighting up most of their face. Man, Shikama is tall. I don't know how tall he is, but he's tall enough to have to duck under this question mark? Actually, that door might not be of right size. So maybe that's not a door. But if that's not a door, what is it? Not for crying out loud. Again, the problem with the perspective of the background that I just do not keep in mind. Maybe it's not a door. Maybe it's something else. Who knows what it is? All I know is it's probably not a door. Alright, so anyways, my advice to you who have the haters, even though I barely get any myself, except for like maybe a few comments? I don't think it's a few. I think it's only literally one. I think. Well, my advice to you is don't give a damn. Don't give a damn. If you don't give a damn about the hate, they won't keep leaving it. It's simple, really. And don't care about dislikes. Because if you see one dislike on your stuff, you're going to be like, oh, well, now I'm demotivated. Nah, you've impacted somebody. You impacted somebody's life right there. You made them feel You made them feel painful about something that they had to give you a dislike. You made them feel something, and you should be proud of yourself. Of course, if it's something that's very abhorrent, like you're being racist or a Nazi, or what other bad things there are that a lot of people hate. The pedophile, yes, that's another one. If you're being either of those things, well, don't be proud of yourself because you're a scum. Why are you out here trying to be so active about their weirdness and your hatefulness? I don't know. But all I know is that if you do good things like create, if you're playing a Minecraft series or something, and somebody leaves a hateful comment or a dislike, you affected them, and you should be proud of yourselves. It's always good when you affect somebody, even if it's negatively and you're doing nothing to them that actually is affecting them negatively. It's always good, because that means they just couldn't help themselves. They saw it and they're like, man, this is making me feel anger. Now I have to dislike it and make this person feel like shit. What you should do, leave a comment and say, thanks for the support. Oh, that will make them steamed. Steamed hams at that. Yeah. That's what I feel like most people should do. Unless you want to revel in the hate. But if you really want them to be angry at you for not even caring, just compliment them and say thanks for their support. They're supporting you. Not in the way that they think they're doing it. They don't think they're supporting you. They think they're trying to bring you down. But no, they know it's some feedback. Yeah, that's right. They thought, but it doesn't matter. Because you get to do what you want to do. And that's what matters. So I'm glad we had this talk. I hope this motivates you to continue making stuff. Don't give a damn about people who hate what you make. And you're good. I mean, in the sense of people not wanting to watch it because it's not edited down to like 5 or 1 minute. Imagine trying to edit all of this down in 1 minute. We've been at this for like 3.5 hours. Close, but 3 hours to 15 minutes or so. I don't even know how the hell you would edit this down. That is the wrong one. There's not too many dead air in between. Also, I don't think teal is what I want. Is teal not what I want? Hold on. Orange area. I think it's actually orange area. Because it's supposed to be like, yeah, orangish and reddish. Not a whole lot of blue. But try not to get it around their face so that their faces stay relatively close to what it's supposed to look like. I'm not sure exactly why I would need to edit anything. Not like I can anyways. I don't have access to editing programs. Okay, I feel like this should kind of be like, this. Might be this in some light orange and whatnot. I don't know how much about that I'm going to do. Maybe get rid of some of this and have most of it kind of stay here. Magenta, light, orange area. We can then try to balance out a little bit on Tina's glove here. For pink? Let me try pink for a second. Nah, what about hot pink? Makes sense, the sun comes up, it's turning red. And whatnot. Alright, so that's a hot pink area. Depends on what I want to do for most of these sides here. So I could probably have a red area taking up most of the left side. Because of the way most of that over here works. Maybe not that red. Maybe that's not the shade of red I want either. Yeah, hold on. Reverse. Reverse, reverse. Yep. Reverse that shish. I mean, I guess this one doesn't matter. It's more so Sheet Commas, whose color swatch is way more complicated. I think I might have it down to a science somewhat, but I'm not sure. Alright, now we can have some teal area over here. Maybe darker. The sunrise coming up from that direction over there with some of the teal stuff here. Can I get some brown up top? There's got to be some shade of something I can use for the top side here. That's too dark. I need to be brighter. Too dark, and I also think we're going a little bit too much into... That's not what I wanted. I wanted E, you fool. Not R, E. Remove some from their faces a little bit. Just a little bit. Maybe a light purple area would help brighten up mode. Or I feel like it's mostly orange is what I need, right? That's not the right one. Yeah, try to get some light purple in between these guys. But not too much. Mostly just focus on the train. I'm going to try to get another orange area in here. I might have something in mind. Which one is this that I'm using? Well, let me see. That is the wrong one. Yeah, that one's different. Is this what I want, or is that too bright? No, that one's fine. A nice orange light of the train. There we go. But try to get rid of some of it on the face and some of the under parts of their body. Not all of it. Having some light, what do you call it here, is good. Same thing with that, even though we have that here for most of it. I'm trying not to be too egregious with most of this, but I also don't want this to be unaffected by anything. Let me see. Do I get rid of the hot? Yeah, I probably could get rid of the hot pink. I feel like the magenta by itself is fine. Too much hot pink is too much. Get rid of a little bit of that here, and maybe a little bit of it here. Mostly focusing on like this area and the glow coming from the sun that's rising. Sun rising to a nice, bright magenta red. That's the world that they live in. Dark blue area. Damn it, 3's not pressing. Alright. Maybe have like the blue take up most of the back end here. I think that's, well, hold on. So I can still have a little bit of blue here. No, it doesn't. It's not doing it. Is it doing it or is it not doing it? It was not doing it. But I do kind of want to keep it, well, yeah, we'll do that. Alright. I might have everything I can get in terms of the effects, so now I gotta just go to Sepia and see what I can use. This one's gonna be interesting. Also, I have no clue if this is this. I don't think I might have said this before in the long ago, but I have no clue if this looks completely different to you than it does for me on like my computer right now. Because when I look at my computer, this looks pretty dull, but if I were to look on my phone, it would look pretty bright. I kind of like that there, but I'm not sure entirely. Yeah, again, I don't know why I even still keep that there. It's not like that can really be used. I kind of like the top there, but is there... Okay, this one's pretty good, so I'll save that one. Is there a magenta I can use? There might be a magenta I can use for a top here. But I can have that for that, and I can have, like, teal on the bottom. So that for the bottom, or so. And then this for the top, with basically most of the top side getting all lit up in the magenta department. But I could probably have, like, that now. Like a nice light blue. But mostly have the teal down here. Assuming the teal here actually did its thing. Or if not teal, then a darker blue taking up most of the area down here. But that's also another issue. If anything, a nice purplish color here, so their shoes aren't getting completely... I mean, it's not like it's that difficult. Their shoe colors are basically just where it needs to be. So maybe it's somewhat fine. If anything, reduce the thing a bit. Too much. How about this one? Yeah, reduce it a bit. Just a little bit. So I want to have like a nice... Well, that one actually kind of looks better. Yeah, I'll keep that one instead. But not too much now, just a little bit. I did this one for that, right? No, but I do kind of like that as well. Nah, but this one is better at being more orange. I'm not sure exactly. I can't tell. Honestly, I think it's kind of fine as is. I don't need to waste any more time with that. Alright, there we go. Not too bad. We got a nice little lineup of the characters of Nova Guardians. We got Tina over here looking so out of place with her color scheme. But that makes sense. She's a teenager. She doesn't really follow a color scheme. And then we got these three over here. who do have similar color schemes, but it's different enough to where it's not the same color. That was more like a very dark blue. That's like a dark blue with some purple and like light blue and some other dark colors, and that's just purple with some dark purple. So not bad, I gotta say. Tina fits so perfectly underneath my little freaking box too. Pat. There. It's gonna be all right. Because I know you're past. Whew. All right, well, there we go, folks. I don't know if there's anything more that I need to do here. I don't think, at least. I'm going to do this, and then you can't see it, but I create a layer and delete a layer, so the history brush gets reset. So with effects, without effects, and with effects, without effects. Not too bad. We got a nice little planet in the background over there. Yellow planet that they have and whatnot. Okay, not good. Or not bad, I mean. Planet. So there we go. All right, good, great. Good time to end this because I don't have a lot of time, less than 20 minutes. So with that being said, thank you all for watching today's episode of Art Time. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out their playlist, and of course, great episode of Art Time right over here in the I would say most recent, but the season finale of Minecraft right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Later.